Boo. We have too much to do today, so I'm starting it early. Yeah, there's 150 Zelda voice memories in Breath of the Wild, and another couple hundred in Tears of the Kingdom. So altogether, between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, there's nearly 400 voice memories to go through for these Switch 2 versions. So the goal this weekend is to find all of them. And to do that, I think we're going to need to do all 150 of Breath of the Wilds today. So we're going to jump straight into it because uh, because we need to get each voice memory. We have like a minute and a half to get each one to be able to make this a 3-hour stream, which would be ideal, but I can go longer if I have to. But anyway, hi, welcome everybody. I did already grab one voice memory just to test to make sure this works. It is the one in front of this stable here, which is, hold please, the outskirt stable. I will go ahead and play it so you guys can hear this voice memory I gathered without you. And also I want to point out the goal for these streams this weekend, the reason we're doing this is because we're trying to find, like, really just anything interesting lore-wise that these voice memories reveal. So if there's anything that you guys think is particularly interesting, like interesting enough to make a video out of, let me know. But what we're really hunting for is any hint of Zelda and Link's relationship being confirmed by these voice memories. So that's the goal. Anyway, here's the one that I used for testing. It's voice memory like 43 or something.
Urbosa has requested the construction of a new stable. The Gerudo often leave the city to travel when they come of age, so she asked for the stable to be set up near the entrance to Gerudo Canyon so they can prepare for their journey. This seems like just the right location for such a place. Normally, a stable is named after the area it's built upon, but this one sits upon a boundary. I wonder what it will be called.
How's the volume? Were you guys able to hear Zelda okay on that? Volume up in-game. Well, is the voice too quiet? Which one needs to go down? Because I thought we needed to decrease the volume of the game, increase overall volume so you can hear the voice better. Little low. Okay. The leaderboard thing that's happening is like a new YouTube thing they're testing out, and they sent it out to some select creators, and yeah, it's basically just if you talk a lot in chat, you get higher up on the leaderboard. You didn't hear anything. Okay, let's see if we can lower the audio of the game a little bit here. I don't think there's a way to lower, because they're both coming through the same audio thing. I don't think you can lower volume in-game, can you? Is there a way to lower volume on the Switch entirely? Because the volume for Zelda is coming from my phone. So that, I think, is kind of set from that phone source. Let me check to see if I can lower Switch volume. Give me a moment. Switch 2 is dope, by the way. I'm enjoying it. Although my only complaint so far is that Mario looks really weird in the new Mario Kart. Might be in your settings of the Switch. Gotta get first place. Exactly. So the issue is I'm not finding a way to adjust audio this way either. How do I do this? Give me a moment to fiddle with things. It might be difficult to make this work. Yeah, this is tough. Put your phone in a bowl. No. Damn it. I wasn't expecting difficulty here. Okay, what if I do this? I might have increased Zelda's voice a little bit. Hold on. Let's try this again. I put it up to maximum, so. Do we know when these memories take place? For Breath of the Wild, we can assume that the memories are probably... Okay, there's the audio. The memories are probably from before the Calamity, since it's Zelda talking. Okay.
Urbosa has requested the construction of a new stable.
Definitely seems
the
louder.
Gerudo often leave the city to travel when they come of age, so she asked for the stable to be set up near the entrance to Gerudo Canyon, so they can
That seems good, right? That's a lot louder. Do you think we're good? As long as I pause so the game volume goes down a little. Okay. Cool. So then that's the only one I've found so far. We're actually going to switch over to the navigation feature now, because it gives us a map and shows us where all of the voice memories are located. So let's start with Great Plateau stuff, because that's my jam. This is going to be a little more annoying since they patched BLSS, so getting around won't be as fast as it probably would otherwise. Yes, we have Zelda Google Maps now, which is great. But at least we have Wind Bomb. And in Tears of the Kingdom, the bad news is I don't have a very progressed save on like actual console Tears of the Kingdom, since I usually totally don't emulate, don't tell Nintendo. So I spent like all day yesterday getting all the Skyview towers in a new save of TOTK and getting the glide suit, so we can just try to Skyview tower, wing, and glide suit everywhere to get all the memories, because there's a lot. Okay, so I just need to, like, kind of walk into... Is it down here? Okay, there we go.
Hyrule Castle was here on the Great Plateau in ancient times, and is still under the protection of the kingdom. Father has decreed that the people are free to worship at the Temple of Time. Barring that, however, only the royal family may enter here. I imagine that is because the royal family still has many connections to this area.
That sounds right. What's interesting to me with that is, in Breath of the Wild, was there any indication that, was there any indication that Hyrule Castle used to be on the Great Plateau? Because I know that in Tears of the Kingdom they establish that the old Hyrule Castle was there, but bro didn't do the final trials. I think this is my first ever save, like, completed. This is my personal save from the first time I ever beat Breath of the Wild. So yeah, I didn't finish the final trials on this save. This was from like 8 years ago. Don't think so. So then yeah, that kind of gives you like some more context to that. That's pretty cool. Can you still BTB? I've never been good at it, but it does still work. I don't know if you saw that, but I have an idea for the next character. I appreciate that, but we only have one thing left to do in that series, and we know what character it's going to be already, so unfortunately I can't take any new ones. Wow, the map takes so long to update. Is it over here? Thank you for doing this live. I need this new content so bad, but there's no way I'm paying $400. I don't blame you at all. Okay.
Here on the plateau, the Forest of Spirits is the only area dense enough to be called a forest. Back before the founding of Hyrule, however, the entire plateau was apparently covered with trees. Where the spirits plant roots, trees flourish, and forests are formed.
Interesting.
In ancient times, this may have been a village of spirits.
Very interesting. Okay. We need to head out towards Hopper Pond over here. Yes, I will be streaming Switch 2 TOTK tomorrow, ideally. We want to do all these voice memories today, and then we're going to do the TOTK voice memories tomorrow and Sunday. Driving to the airport, no worries, Dash. Did you tell stream about the Master Mode plan? I haven't. So at some point we're going to do a 100% Master Mode playthrough of Breath of the Wild, because I've never done Master Mode or 100% on this game. And when we do that, Aster basically saved up a bunch of points over on Twitch, where I stream a lot, and she redeemed something to where now I have to do the Master Mode Trial of the Sword damage list, so it's going to be brutal. Talus, I'm going to need you to back off.
When I first saw a hot-footed frog at Hopper Pond, I couldn't take my eyes off of it. I came here every day to observe it. Mother's face grew stiff when I showed her the frog, though she never expressed outward disdain for them. She probably didn't want to speak poorly of something I liked. I'm
also excited for the Koga ones. We already found out some interesting lore things with that, so it'll be interesting. XP is pay-to-win channel points for YouTube that you can't get just by chatting, only Super Chat. Oh, no, chat XP isn't Super Chat. Are you trying to... I think it's just normal chat. I'm pretty sure that's what it said on the thing. The Silk Song release will be announced in 1 hour. Will it really? That is exciting. I hope it's soon. So I don't want to climb that. Should we just... I think this is right. Yeah, let's just go to the Shrine of Resurrection and run through. It says Super Chat is how you get it when I click on it. Maybe that's just what YouTube wants us to think, probably. If you got some Koga ones already, are they in any of your videos? No, haven't done any Tears of the Kingdom ones yet. I just heard about one Koga one that talks about how his name, Koga, that's not like his actual name. It's like more of a title that was passed down to him in the Yiga clan. I heard about that one, but no, we haven't actually gotten any TOTK voice memories yet, and we will be doing that tomorrow. We're getting all nearly 400 this weekend. These are all Zelda for this one. I love Zelda's voice.
Many ancient relics of the Sheikah were considered dangerous, and were therefore entombed in darkness by the King of Hyrule long ago. In particular, the Shrine of Resurrection was considered especially dangerous, as it controls people's fates. It was kept under close watch by the royal family. Now that recent investigations into the divine beasts have revealed that this shrine was built in preparation against the calamity, however, we should move forward with its study.
Interesting. This is making me feel like they're planning to to use these voice memories as a way to explain where all the Sheikah tech went in Tears of the Kingdom, and I think that's pretty funny. Anyway, let's turn off Derek's protection here. Okay, so we have one in the back of the Temple of Time, and one I would assume up at that gate. Let's go in here first. Koga's voice memories basically span from when he falls into the Yiga Chasm to when you fight him for the first time. Nice. Summer Game Fest is in an hour, and there's been many updates for Silksong's Steam page. Nice, okay. Love Zelda too. Also, I got really excited about that Queen of Hyrule detail you just listened to. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Okay, okay. Should be one here. Is it behind? Wherefore? I might have passed it, actually. It's like right in the middle. Okay, there we go. I'm going to start heading this way while this one plays.
Royal princesses have a sacred power which is claimed to have been passed down generation after generation. In fact, the lineage traces all the way back to the first queen, when Hyrule was founded.
Wouldn't that be Sonia, technically?
The Temple of Time falls upon the princess to carry out. But do my prayers even reach the goddess when my powers have yet to awaken? Very
interesting. I also saw someone ask in chat if menu overload works. We've heard it does still work, but it requires like 11 5-shot bows or something. It's crazy.
Past this gate is a snowy landscape, cold enough for one to freeze there. The area is a place where heroes can test their skills, but the landscape is clearly not a natural phenomenon. Perhaps some ancient technology we have yet to learn about is being used here.
Sure. Let's go with that. 11 5-shots in Link's house. Yeah. Master Cycle! Woo, I haven't ridden this thing in so long. Why did they not put the memories inside the game? Probably too much work. One thing I've noticed, yesterday I was like, progressing my save file on Switch 2 version of Tears of the Kingdom. And it is very interesting seeing how they decided to approach the whole upscaling thing to make the graphics better, because it seems like it's not always upscaled. Like, when a cutscene plays, it's a low-quality cutscene like on Switch 1, and then after a cutscene, it's still low quality for a solid, 3 or 4 seconds before what seems like a filter just turns on to make it look crisper. And then, I've noticed with Mario Kart World, the cutscenes are atrocious quality, probably for the Switch 1 players.
There are many gaps in this mountain hut, and even the rope holding the logs together seems dubious. It is far too shabby for a hunter's cabin. I didn't enter. The hut seemed it may collapse at any moment, so I was unable to identify the owner. It should probably be dismantled before someone gets hurt.
Dangerous hut, so true. Yeah, internally it runs at 1440p for Switch 2 edition, yeah. Yeah, I was going to ask on that, is Mario Kart World on Switch 1? I know that they planned on having a lot of their Switch 2 games be on Switch 1 as well. Like Pokemon Legends is coming to Switch 1, but is Mario Kart not one of those? Is that Switch 2 exclusive? In which case, that almost makes it even more weird that that they have really low quality cutscenes. Voice is a real voice actor being paid. I'm sure it is. It would be too much of a scandal for Nintendo if they didn't do it that way. Let's just fast travel. It looks like we need to go to the King's Grave here. And then that's plateau done. Doesn't know it was her dad, yeah. Probably be dismantled before the Yiga take it over. Now that I'm listening more closely, it does sound a little bit like AI. I really hope it's not. It is Switch 2 exclusive, okay. So I can't do the stream, yeah. Nintendo seems anti-generative AI. Yeah, I agree. I don't think that's... I think that's too stupid of a move for them to do, but it's certainly possible. It's not for the Switch 1. Okay, interesting. Then yeah, I really wonder why the cutscenes are so poor quality. That's really weird. Didn't notice any quality drops. Yeah, it's only like when you first start a cup or something, that initial cutscene is super low quality, but then everything else, the gameplay, and then the small like mini cutscenes between courses are fine. How many voice memories are there? 150 in this game, and nearly 400 between this and Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, they're saying the voice memories might be AI.
From here, you can see the Great Plateau, or rather, Hyrule itself. At the castle, we are king and princess, but while here, we were father and daughter. It was in this place that I learned about everything from paragliders to cooking. I still remember the feeling of the warm doublet father wrapped around my shoulders.
Interesting. Very interesting. No, not 400 in TOTK. 400 in total between this and TOTK. 150 here, then another 150 Zelda Voice Memories in TOTK, along with 55 Voice Memories for Koga and I believe 35 for Rauru. So there is many much. I've also noticed I am having a harder time wind bombing than I used to, which is strange because I usually play at 60 FPS on emulator anyway, so it shouldn't be that much different, but I'm struggling a little more to get it. I used to be a lot more consistent. Could just be rusty. Definitely not. Koga's voice at least is incredibly anti-AI. Okay, good. If your voice was later utilized as AI, I would hate that very much. I forget how to do this one. Something like this? There it is. Don't do this space. Can't see a lick of shit. Some heavy rainfall. Made a lot, yeah. Just did some research, and they did get a voice actor for all the voice memories. Good, good. Good to hear. There's something specifically I wanted to comment on that last voice memory, but I completely spaced on it right afterwards. So that's unfortunate, but there was something interesting in there. Hold on.
This is Hyrule's largest outpost, but it had humble beginnings as an encampment for travelers on a spiritual journey. Recently, a garrison was completed nearby, so the outpost now seems to serve as a place for soldiers to rest after long days. Its watchtower apparently a gift from them.
Okay, okay. No, it wasn't the warm doublet part. There was something else she said about learning how to do something, and yeah, I missed it. Wow. On this save, see, this is my first ever Breath of the Wild playthrough save. I literally have one thing of cooked food. This just shows how little I like cooking in these games. Also, I have very little in the way of actual, like, healing items. That's unfortunate. I have fairies, though. It's probably fine. Hello, you. I also don't have any arrows? What is going on? This is the most bare-bones save ever. Actually, I should just fast travel away. We don't have time for this nonsense. Let's try to do Hyrule Field next. I guess, yeah, we'll just go to the center here. Right around here. Love your short videos. Thank you, Excalibur. You love cooking. Love the relationship between Zelda and her father. It's very bittersweet. Agreed. Especially in Age of Calamity. It's amazing. Interacted with Koga voice actor a few times. That's cool. That's pretty sweet. Which way am I pointing? Update? Okay, we want to go this way. Don't do this. I'm just a boy. You gonna save Hyrule Castle for last? Probably, yeah. Harry a Guardian? No. We do not have time to get wrapped up in combat. I just have to speedrun all of these memories. That's all we have time for today. Hopefully this Guardian doesn't wreck my shit while I grab this. Come on, Zelda. Talk to me. There we go.
In addition to protecting the castle, it has become necessary to deploy our soldiers all across Hyrule. Outpost ruins are being temporarily used as military bases. The fountain at the center of Hyrule Garrison looks quite out of place, but it serves as an area of respite for the soldiers.
I'm taking a lot of offense at what you're saying to me, Dash. Is it this way? Yeah. Dude, I used to have that down with like 100% consistency. What happened? See me with game gear and they have like 12 arrows. I literally don't even try and have 100 easily. To be fair, I think Tears of the Kingdom makes arrows much more available. He's washed and doesn't want to admit it. I'm absolutely washed, yeah. Can't not have 999 arrows. I just feel like they're so much harder to come by in this one. They're not just like all over the world in boxes, you know? Howdy, friends. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna come snag this voice memory.
In Hyrule, there are a number of large decaying trees that are likely over 1,000 years old, not unlike this tree stump. There is a legend about this tree in particular that says it was inhabited by a dignitary spirit.
Interesting.
I, too, sense something important from this tree. An archaeological survey will soon take place here, so I cannot wait to hear about their findings.
A dignitary spirit, you say? I wonder what that's all about. This away. Let's just aim like this. Yep, that's right. Okay. Let's not mess it up this time. There it is. Do you want to do deal? We skip a bit of stream to watch summer game thing, but we inform you of it. Yeah, that's fine. What is Twitch name? Same as here. Night Potato. Speaking of which, I have a VOD channel on YouTube where we upload all of our Twitch streams, and we have a lot of those. So, there's also the elemental ones too, though, which split it. Oh, the elemental errors. Oh, you know what? I forgot about that. Okay, I don't really have any of those either. Holy, that's crazy. Yeah, BLSS is sadly dead. Please leave me alone. I'm but a wee tot. I just want to get this voice memory. We can sacrifice a shield. I also have Mephi's Grace, so we're good. Get me out of here, dude. We're so close, please. Wow. Insane timing? It'll be up tonight, Space. That's crazy. I'm gonna get my shit kicked in right when it loads. Yep, okay. Rip shield. Please. Memory me. Memory me, Captain? Yeah, dummy. There's a tree there. There it is. Okay.
Mabe Village boasts the largest farm in all of Hyrule, with more animals than villagers. From making hay to processing milk, it's clear when something has come from Mabe Village, and the villagers take pride in that fact.
Interesting. Okay. So it sounds like while Hateno was like the vegetable farming town, Mabe Village here was for animals. That's really cool. We've got another one at the fountain here, and then the rest are like Castle Town and stuff, so let's just head to this fountain real quick, and then we'll probably move off of Hyrule Field and save the castle stuff for later. See you, nerd. Oh my god, this thing is too slow. We're fine. Everything's fine. Mabe Village. My whole life is a lie, right? I mean, maybe they just didn't give the voice actor guidance on how to pronounce stuff, so it could just be up to their interpretation. Fully explorable Hyrule pre-Calamity. Agreed. That would be so amazing. Or at least just, like, restore Castle Town so I can see it in all its glory in TOTK. Okay.
This is a sacred place. Once, Daruk suggested I recreate a ceremony believed to have been held here in the past. The knighting ceremony for the one wielding the sword that seals the darkness. It did not go well. Urbosa tells me I should look the knight in the eye, rather than looking at the sword. But whenever I try, I simply can't.
So she had a hard time looking Link in the eye. That's interesting. Okay, we've got one more over here. Let's get that one. Sure. Can you have an idea to earn money for the... Huh? An idea to earn money for the Switch too? Isn't even calling him by his name. I know. So disrespectful. Oh, like if we're currently... We're not currently streaming on Twitch, if that's what you're asking, Amitko. I stream on Twitch sometimes, but Zelda stuff I stream on YouTube. She had a crush on him, which we already know, yeah. Yeah, we're looking for definitive proof that her and Link were an item. Just jealous of him. Yeah, that's true, that's true. Alright, this is really uncalled for. I'm just trying to get this voice memory, if you could just be nice.
I have heard that the giant fossil in Bottomless Swamp was once worshipped by cultists who considered it the Demon King from ancient times. It is said that their blasphemous words against the goddess summoned evil spirits, turning the water impure and changing the very shapes of the rocks to ominous forms. Now it serves as a den for monsters, so setting foot inside is not possible.
That's very interesting, but I really hate how she said goddess instead of goddess. But interesting that they thought that was the skull of the Demon King, who we now know has a very small skull.
Father decided that the stables would be places of refuge in preparation for the calamity. In his words, there is more to protecting our people than simply fighting. The Stable Association was thus established to further strengthen cooperation, and Mestro, proprietor of Wetland Stable, was appointed as its first chairman.
Interesting. At first, when she said Mestro, I was thinking of, what's his name, like Maestro or something from TOTK, the music dude. I think next we should head towards Dueling Peaks and get the Kakariko Hateno area, because I feel like that's where the game kind of wants you to go after you get off the Great Plateau, so I feel like that'd be fitting. So yeah, because she said goddess. Aster's cult? Possibly. Say hi to Cass. Oh, my bad. My bad. Nope, this way. They were only founded 100 years ago? I missed that part. I missed the part where that's my problem. Actually, let's go to this one first, and then we'll wind bomb to the other one. Oh, the stables were founded 100 years ago. Yeah, that is interesting.
Once upon a time, Dueling Peaks was one mountain. There are a few prevailing theories about its unusual split. Some posit the split was a path carved by a dragon, while others say it was caused by a great tremor beneath the surface. Personally, I believe it to be a scar on the mountain caused by the battle against the calamity 10,000 years ago. Of course, there is no way to confirm my theory at this point.
That is very interesting. That it was one mountain. Too early? We're fine. And yeah, and they still didn't explain it, yeah. Oh, shit. We are close. Is it up here? It's up here. I overshot a little.
Dea Lake is artificially created. It is said that long, long ago there was a great drought that threatened to dry up Lake Hylia. So Dea Lake was created as a reservoir, just in case.
Interesting.
The name Dea stems from the name of the village that the lake has flooded.
Interesting. Okay, so this was a reservoir for this in case this dried up. That's really cool. I like that. Nice little, like, world context there. That one's kind of in Farron. I don't think I want to get that one yet. Let's go get all these Kakariko Village ones. Lightning strike could not split a mountain? No, probably not. Unless it's a very powerful lightning strike. Really hope that's explained in the Warriors game. What? Dueling Peaks splitting? Because that'd be crazy. I doubt it. That would be too crazy. Only have Zelda Memories and not the champions? Yeah. Maybe just too many voice actors. I don't know. And they were more focused on making it good for TOTK. Alright, let's get this one up here first. From Zeus himself, yeah. Right by the ferry.
Kotera is worshipped as the goddess of the land, and the villagers' offerings to her tend to be vegetables rather than rupees. It sounds like she's been less lively due to a decrease in rupee donations lately.
Interesting.
Self-sufficiency is taking root in Kakariko Village, so perhaps fewer people see the value in rupees.
That is some very interesting lore. Also, she pronounced it Kakariko, so I feel justified because that's how I used to always pronounce it until someone yelled at me and said it was Kakariko. I'm going back to Kakariko officially starting now. Anyway, yeah, I don't know, that's interesting. Nice little self-sufficient town. Oh, closer. Okay, there we go.
Impa will be the next elder. I am thrilled to see her take up the mantle. At present, she is the royal advisor, however, and is responsible for the internal investigation of the divine beasts. As such, she implored the current elder to wait until her work with the investigation is complete, after which she will officially step into her new role.
That's cool. Okay. Up here. Already confirmed why they split. An NPC says that it was one mountain before Dinral split through. Yeah, but the voice memory said that's just one theory that people have, is that it could have been a dragon, but there's other theories. It was never, like, confirmed.
The researchers here are hard at work raising ornamental carp. They were inspired when they saw a beautiful fish called the mighty porgy that lives in the sea to the south. They tell me they're breeding rare carp that were born with mutations.
Okay. Interesting. Mutated carp here. What a load of carp, am I right?
This frog statue is the guardian of travelers, though I don't believe anyone knows why it's a frog specifically. It is fascinating that a group as technologically advanced as the Sheikah would still believe in such symbols of good fortune. Maybe it somehow relates to when the Sheikah splintered after a disagreement regarding the royal family. A symbol of hope to one day reunite, perhaps?
Interesting. That's really neat. God, they're really giving context to everything, even just little, like, decorative environmental things. That's kind of nuts. I love it. Oh, it's like right here.
The people of Kakariko Village cherish plum trees as a symbol of Sheikah history. Rejoicing that a dear friend had been blessed with a baby, Impa planted one such tree and ended up covered in mud in the process. It was her wish that her friend's child would end up healthy and happy.
That's cool. Okay. Who's her friend's child, though? Are we supposed to think that's Paya or something? Yuga mentioned.
For generations, the Sheikah have lived in Kakariko Village.
Okay, that
The
time
town
she said
has been their
Kakariko.
refuge ever since they were banished from Hyrule. Their advanced technology was viewed as a threat. The village itself is nestled in the mountains as an intentional hiding place. I imagine it feels as a haven to them.
Paya's her granddaughter, okay. Yeah, that time she said Kakariko, so quit playing with my heart, Zelda voice actress. Alright, to the fort. What else do we have? Ooh, a lot over in Hateno, a couple by the promenade. We'll probably do fort, then promenade, then Hateno. Let's get this bread. I guess let's wind bomb from here. No, that's this old lady. She's in Breath of the Wild, okay. I think both pronunciations are fine. Pick a lane. Sheikah oppression from 10,000 years ago. Lord, I'm so obsessed. I'm glad you're liking it. Also, I saw before stream someone asked if I was going to make a full video of, like, just the voice memories with nothing else. I probably won't, just because, one, I'm more interested in finding, like, very interesting things and covering that. And two, there's going to be there's probably already a lot of videos of people just going over every single voice memory, so... so I'm sure that's already easy to find, so I don't need to do that. Do we know how far back? Who, Zelda? Like 10,000 years, right? Why are you bullying me for no reason? I don't know. I thought it'd be funny. I'm also curious about the promenade. I've always been fascinated by that area. Ignore the Paya thing. Okay, okay. Alright, I want to hear about Fort Hateno.
Though it is a fort by name, Fort Hateno was originally a checkpoint for travelers. It's clear it hasn't been in use for some time. I can see areas where the structural integrity is in question. If we repair it now, while we are able, it may serve as an outpost for soldiers. It seems a useful repurposing as the calamity approaches.
Interesting. So it was never really meant to be a fort. That's kind of cool. I guess it makes sense since it's, like, blocking the road. Pretty neat, though. Cheating? Not a lot of safe spots here, huh? I was really hoping for an easier way out. They clearly failed. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, wasn't there a mission in Age of Calamity where you defend Fort Hateno? I'm pretty sure there is. So, like, they did beef it up, I think, and just failed to defend it. But yeah. Sup, dweeb. Okay, cheating. Anyway, can I just master cycle my way out of here? No. Maybe. Let's get over here. It's stated that the calamity happens every 10,000 years. Oh, true. I don't remember. 10,000 just felt right, but I know at some point, like, people figured out roughly how long it was, but I don't remember. There is, I died in that mission so many times. Yeah, that one was hard. Hateno's untouched. True, true. It kind of did its job. Be useful if you wanted to tax traveling merchants. Interesting. It's like no guardians over in the Hateno area that aren't on the beach. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, the map isn't looking at me. Hold on. Okay. A little further out. I had no idea there was a silver Lionel here. Ain't that a hoot? Please don't. I'm but a wee tot.
This is the spring where Nehru, goddess of wisdom, is worshipped. Those younger than 17 lack wisdom and are forbidden from entering the mountain. Today, all I can do is look up at it, but tomorrow, I climb Mount Lanayru. If my sealing power doesn't awaken... No, it will. I'm certain it will be fine.
Okay, okay. Just a tiny bit of extra context to the memory we already had of that happening. Just more of her anxiety with it.
Purifier Lake is used for cleansing prior to visiting Mount Lanayru for worship.
Oh,
It is
okay.
a very sacred place, so there are detailed steps which must be followed here. I cannot visit yet because I'm not old enough according to custom. That said, I have practiced the steps many times in preparation for when that time comes. I'm sure I will manage just fine, but perhaps I will practice just once more.
Cool. I have a feeling that what I'm looking for, the more like Zelda and Link relationship stuff, is probably going to be in TOTK if it's anywhere. Most of this is just stuff to support the memories, it would seem. Can't believe you still haven't learned all the Lionel positions. I never hunted them. I've never won 100% of the game. Why I always suggest the Creating a Champion book to people. It gives a timeline, including the Last Calamity, the Age of Prosperity, the Era of Legend. Yeah, it's cool. Boo, I know, right? I want to hear about the hot dates they go on. When do we get the Ganondorf fight as Zelda? I made a community post about it. That's going on break for now. My Nintendo mascot series. I'm like halfway through editing the Pokemon video, and we still have one stream left to finish it. But it is currently on break because I need to focus on getting out Switch 2 content while it's still like fresh. And then I'll come back to it in a week or two. So we'll finish it. It just will be a minute.
The Kochi dye shop is considered without peer all across Hyrule. The owner, too, is without peer. I brought 5 garments here to have them dyed using the shop's special technique, and a unique royal blue color was achieved by taking extracts from a silent princess. I wonder if everyone will appreciate them.
Interesting. Did we know that? That the champion's tunic, her dress, like all the champion's outfits were you dyed that color with the silent princesses? That's really cool. I love that. Link still had me for right. Zelda couldn't stand Link most of the time. The relationship and people refer to happens in games. Nah. I don't think we did. Yeah, that's really cool. Can I see what voice memory that was? Because I want to mark that one down as one that I find interesting. Royal Blue for Champions. Dash, if you could DM me Royal Blue for Champions, that'd be excellent. Thank you.
There is a sign out front that reads Ventest Clothing Boutique, though this is partially covering the sign's original wording, East Wind. Inside the shop, traditional Hyrulean clothing and colorful Hateno-dyed modern clothing is lined up as if in competition with the other. Apparently, the current owner and their predecessor are at odds about differences.
I accidentally touched the cable that my phone is using to connect to the computer, and it disconnected. Hold on. I did an oopsie. I done did an oopsie. Give me a minute. I gotta get this set back up. My bad. My phone's, like, port is just all wacky. Okay. Anyway. I believe Dash DM'd me the thing, so that's good. Let's re-listen to this one.
There is a sign out front that reads Ventest Clothing Boutique, though this is partially covering the sign's original wording, East Wind. Inside the shop, traditional Hyrulean clothing and colorful...
The current owner and their predecessor are at odds about differences in the shop's direction. I was pressed about which clothing was better and promptly fled. Okay. So she did not pick a side. That's good. That's funny. Okay. It's, yeah. Cool. So that was fun. Accidentally broke it. I'll try to remember not to touch my phone anymore. CC versus the mayor, yeah. Hello, person whose name I couldn't even begin to figure out how to pronounce. Although maybe it's just Q World, I don't know. I love Hateno so much. Me too, dude. It's such a vibe. It's so cozy. Is this just at the gate? Yeah, it's at the gate. Okay.
Peace reigns supreme in Hateno Village.
True.
It's easy to see why, with all the farmland. Yet, they have little sense of the impending crisis of the calamity. Perhaps the best measure is to increase the number of soldiers at Fort Hateno. Or perhaps not. No. Instead, I should begin by speaking with the mayor about putting guards at the village entrance.
Interesting. Okay. So rather than really spicing up Fort Hateno and getting it ready, she decided to get some guards here too. So they probably also contributed to keeping Hateno safe during the calamity. That's pretty cool.
The horned statue. People have long detested it, obscuring its name to history. No one remembers its origin. Its face has a sad expression, almost as if it's saying it doesn't belong here.
Interesting. That feels very intentional with the it doesn't belong here thing. That's kind of neat. Nice little teeth. Zelda notes are pretty cool. I can't wait to try them, especially since I have a Nintendo Switch Online. I get it for free. Yeah, me too. I got the upgrades for free. It was nice. I say Hateno, usually. I don't like it when people say Hateno, but I think that might be, like, technically correct. I don't know. Not my vibe, though. How long is the stream going for? Until we collect all 150 voice memories for Breath of the Wild. So, probably over 3 hours, if I had to guess. So, like, at least another couple hours. Feels bad for the statue, yeah. Why the statue sad? She's so kind. Yeah, the upgrades are free if you have Switch Online, yeah. It might be the Switch Online with the expansion pack, though. I'm not sure, because I have that one, so it could be that. Or, yeah, $10 if you already own. God, I love having Whistle Sprint, dude. It's so good. Let's see what she says here. We're bound to get some lore about Zelda and Link here, right? I agree, Zelda is very sweet.
I've heard stories that if you want to cut ties with someone or something, chanting their name while crossing through the middle of the pond will do precisely that. The pond's shape resembles a heart, and I wonder if the path in the center was created as more and more people walked it, compacting the soil. I hope that malice never forms here.
Very interesting. It's literally Breakup Mountain. That's crazy. Not what I expected. Wow, that's awesome. It is expansion pack, okay. Do you think Mipha did that to Link?
The mayor lamented struggling to find a buyer for this vacant home due to the distance from the village center. I do recall Pura wanting a place where she could devote herself to research without any prying eyes.
Interesting. So Zelda got Pura set up here. But how is this house vacant, dude? This is some prime real estate. You have a nice view over the town, and you could just shield surf or paraglide your way down. That's what the... Remember a little while ago I said there was that voice memory and it said something interesting, but I forgot what it was? The thing that was interesting to me was that Zelda was training with a paraglider. I thought that was fascinating. Zelda bought a teenager house, I guess. I don't know. Or yeah, she might have just told Pura to buy it. But Zelda probably is rich, so who knows? Is it here? Yeah. These little fellas. No, I'm glad you're liking it, Meow.
Let me try a sample of food that was processed using milk. The subtle texture and mild flavor was so enjoyable that I couldn't stop myself from eating quite a bit of it. I asked to see the recipe, but unfortunately the handwriting was scrawled in such a way that I couldn't make out a single word.
Is that her trying the cheese that we get in Tears of the Kingdom? That's hilarious. Keep separate bank accounts from Link, right. Okay, and then there's one down here in Hateno Bay. Nope. Okay, panic. You guys seeing these load times, by the way? That switch to hardware? Although one thing I noticed is I've been trying to play Fire Emblem Three Houses on my Switch too, and it hurts because it's not like upgraded in any way, so it's still really low quality and has horrible FPS, which is fine on a normal Switch, but when you play it on the Switch 2, it just looks significantly worse. So that's pretty rough. It's good handheld, though. Load times are so good, but still not better than Spider-Man 2. True. Yeah, that shit was goated. Alright, see ya, Ibex. Thanks for coming. Alright, what we got on the beach here? You went to the beach with Link, right? And you guys, like, made out or something? To be better, the lagging resolution in AOC killed me. 100%.
As ever, unchanging. This place is one of the few I know that remains constant. Am I weak for feeling relief at that?
Love it. But yeah, I agree. That's what made me take so long to get into Age of Calamity, is that the FPS was horrendous, so I just never really played it. But then I finally got into it, and it was great, so I'm very excited for this next one. Alright, so I do already know about this voice memory over here on Eventide. Everyone on the internet has been talking about it because it's funny. Why didn't AOC have an upgrade? They probably just didn't want to upgrade anything other than, like, their biggest sellers. Looking forward to playing Fire Emblem with a mouse, like on a new Fire Emblem. That would be interesting. Okay, we need to head to the opposite end of the island here. Shit. Nailed it. AOC is third party. Yeah, that too. Amazing Lauren started my 5-year-long Sheikah and Yuga hyperfixation. Yeah. Yeah, the story was great. So, heard somewhere they upgraded Mario Odyssey. Is that true? I'm not sure. I have no idea, actually. So we're just gonna run. It's all falling apart. I'm clumsying. I can't believe I'm missing so many wind bombs. I swear to God something's changed, because I used to be so consistent with it. Do you get the upgrades permanently with the expansion pack? Probably only as long as you have it. I'm not sure, though. When the Red Dead 1 or 2 gets a Switch 2 version, I'm buying that. I've always wanted to play that game with the graphics that were intended. Interesting. Dude, I was blown away by the fact that apparently the second highest selling game on the Switch 2 release is Cyberpunk. Like, what is... Oh my god, and that reminds me. When I was in line at Best Buy to get my Switch 2, the dude in front of me was telling me about how excited he was to play Cyberpunk, and already that made me be like, okay, so you kind of have terrible opinions. But then he was telling me that, that he used to have the Google Stadia and played Cyberpunk on there, but then the Google Stadia shut down, so he was excited to have another way to play it 4K with the Switch 2, and I was just like, God, this guy likes Cyberpunk way too much. It's really, really disappointing. You might just have a skillet. There's no way that's it. Missed the Master Cycle? Me too. It's fun. People can't afford a fancy PC for that game. Yeah, but it's a dumb game. It's a bad game. But yeah, I guess most people that are buying Switch 2s are people that, for the most part, probably don't have fancy PCs. I mean, I have a fancy PC, but, you know, no big deal.
I convinced a fisher from Lurelin Village to take me to Eventide Island by boat. I've heard this island served as a final training ground for monks. I wonder what kind of rigorous trial awaited them here. Now, however, the island is overrun by monsters. I had no choice but to abandon going ashore.
It's the Tears of the Kingdom Eventide voice memory that I was thinking of, that the internet's talking about a lot. Yeah, the TOTK ones are just going to have so much more Link stuff, which I think will be fun. Let's do Lurelin and start working our way through Farron. Mayhaps, that one's down there. Let's get this one up here and paraglide down to the beach. Closest we got to DLC for this game was Switch 2 exclusive content. Yeah, agreed. Can run Skyrim on my PC and I have it on the Switch one as well. Nice. Meant TOTK. Yeah, for sure. Lack of fancy PC is definitely the reason I'm so excited, like, for games like Elden Ring or Red Dead. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I would be too in your shoes. TOTK haters don't hate on the voice memories too. I'm sure they will. Why wouldn't they? Okay, let's try it again. Alright, thanks, Amitko, for coming. Appreciate you. Have a good night. Let's see if I really am just completely washed, or if I've still got some sauce. There it is. I'm doing it the exact same way I always used to do it. I don't understand what's going wrong. But whatever, it's fine. Just a fancy guy, so you have a fancy PC. Really, it's just that I'm an adult with money. And I, have bad priorities. And drop. I'm ready, I'm ready. And it's my job,
Cape
yeah.
Cressia is commonly referred to as Demon King's Claw, but nobody seems to know the origin of that name. Areas where evil spirits gather occasionally experience unique topographical shifts. I find myself wondering if this is such a place.
Huh. Very interesting. Damn. Shit's evil as hell. Okay. Kind of disappointed now Skitty went from valid criticism to hating on people that defend the game. I honestly haven't watched too much of that, so I can't say anything about it, but yeah. TOTK memory reference, let's go! That's true, that is pretty sick. A Dead Rising game, interesting.
The cove here in Lurelin Village is so lively with its many boats. Even before anyone recognized who I was treated with hospitality and warmth. The villagers served me a dish with an exquisite, vibrantly colored fish. You cannot find such a fish anywhere around the castle. Everyone here is so cheerful and kind. Spending time among them, I was able to forget the current hardships, even if momentarily.
That sounds like Lurelin, alright. Very Wind Wakery.
I'm told the houses of Lurelin Village were built by shipwrights, so they're as sturdy as ships. Perhaps that is a tradition among fishing villages. The head of the village told me, however, that there are fewer and fewer shipwrights these days, and it may be challenging to rebuild if the existing homes were destroyed.
Foreshadowing? Insane foreshadowing? Yeah, DeBird, no changes were really made like that. Everything still works the same way it used to. I don't unsubscribe after they hated on people defending it like they're actually toxic. Damn, that's disappointing. If true, I can't verify. Or like right now. Statue?
Ah, the goddess statue of Lurelin Village. Here she is worshipped as the guardian of fishing. She has been enshrined in this location to keep watch over the docks. The villagers provide offerings of their catches each day. I noted a rather large pile of fresh fish and crabs placed at her feet.
That would be even cooler if there was actually, like, fish in front of it. But that's a nice little detail. The world building goes crazy. The lotto? Yeah, probably DeBird.
Occasionally, while out fishing, the fishers will find treasure chests that have sunk into the ocean floor. They enjoy playing a game wherein they attempt to guess the chest's contents. Everyone who plays takes the game quite seriously, as the rules include that guessing correctly means that person keeps whatever is inside the chest.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I mean, I feel like we already pretty much knew that, but pretty cool. Okay. Up here. Yeah, there's nothing to get me up there, so... Rivali's Gale, I guess? I know, frickin' that poor voice actress for Zelda had to record 300 of these voice memories. That shit's insane. Also, for TOTK, I'm thinking the fact that there's 35 voice memories for Rauru and 55 for Koga makes me think that it's gonna be like all... Raru's voice memories are all in the sky, Koga is all in the depths, and Zelda is all on the surface, I would assume. Feels right. I think that might be my last charge. It's Rauru up, Koga down. Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. In each layer of the map like that. Yeah, agreed. Cool little detail. Okay, so this one has an intact heart, right? So is this the Lover's Pond, the opposite of the breakup one? Let's see what she says about it.
Tuft Mountain is a destination for many mountaineers.
Matchmaking Mountain.
It's also known as the Matchmaking Mountain. The custom is to climb in total silence, and upon reaching the top, pray as the sun dips below the horizon. I set out to climb the mountain myself, but I was stopped by Link, who observed how very steep it is. Personally, I feel he was being overly cautious.
Okay, so I feel like if you take that at face value, it's making it sound like, yeah, Link just wanted to protect her, so he didn't let her go up. But I feel like that could be used as evidence for Link and Zelda not being together. Like, what if Link liked Mipha, and then Zelda was going up to Matchmaking Mountain, and Link's like, it's too steep, it's too steep. You shouldn't go up there. Because he was worried she would, like, pray for them to get into a relationship. That's how I interpreted it. I hope that's not the case. I'm a Zelda Link shipper. I've never been on board with the Mipha thing. I think Mipha's a really cool character, but she is a fish. And also Zelda, I've just always loved Zelda, so that's my jam. No idea what I see the implications there, but there's gotta be something, yeah.
Here at Lakeside Stable, the jungle is dense, and much of the land remains undeveloped. I'm confident that there are many new discoveries to be made in such a place. There are even rumors of an unidentified creature of some sort, but I hear the harsh weather conditions are such a deterrent that even researchers keen to learn more hesitate to travel here.
Interesting. What do you guys think that unidentified creature is that they're talking about? Is it Dondons? That's what they're called, right? How long do you think this will take? Probably at least another couple hours. And sounds good, Space and Raz. I ship me with Mipha. Okay. Let's grab this one. A cyber demon from Doom. That's gotta be it. I think it was Don. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Agreed, random. Yeah. Definitely feels like they're here to kind of bridge the gap a little, which to me is like too little too late, but at the same time, I guess the good part of it is like if someone's getting into this series now, like really late with the Switch 2 or something, maybe they didn't have the Switch 1, then this would be great for bringing it all together.
I have come to the spring countless times since I was young to receive the protection of Furore, goddess of courage.
Furore.
Despite that, my sealing power has yet to be awakened, but soon I will turn 17. I'm certain that if I train on Mount Lanayru, that will change things.
Yeah. It was a prank. Anyway. Man, I really got that timing down, didn't I? I was a second away from getting some feet to the face. I feel like Mipha and Link at least had some sort of relationship. You don't propose to someone you aren't romantic with. I mean, in fantasy things like this, there's always people who propose based off of a crush. It's ridiculous. Especially more child-oriented fantasy. Would have wanted to wait until after the calamity for her to go up there. Interesting.
There was a time when boars were worshipped as symbols of power. However, I remember reading in literature that the demon king took the form of a boar, and that, upon learning this, people came to regard them as evil. I checked around this entire area, and all the stone boar statues show considerable damage.
Interesting. I agree, Meow. Definitely seems one-sided. But Dash, what are you talking about? I heard the TOTK one, and I think this is evidence that Link maybe would have wanted to wait until after the calamity for her to go up there. To go up to Mount Lanayru? Is that what you're talking about? I just got what you meant by that, Super Luigi. To the Lover's Pond. That's why I was asking. Does he mean go up to Mount Lanayru or go up to the Lover's Pond? Until after the Calamity. The Matchmaking Mountain.
The Highlands Stable. This area of vast green lands is home to people skilled in horse handling. Here, horseback archery is a popular pastime. Even Link has admiration for these people's talent in horsemanship.
Okay. I'm kind of surprised there's no voice memories on Lake Hylia. That's nuts. And like nothing over here? Whoa, okay. Few things along the road, only one in Gerudo Highlands. Which way do you guys think we should go next? Should we go towards Zora's domain and start wrapping around this way? Or should we continue west and start going into the desert? Also, Dash, please clarify. We're all waiting. Loving the Link lore. Agreed. It's great. Gerudo. West. Okay. Alright, west it is. We're going west. So excited for Gerudo Town. She's probably going to talk about her adoptive mom, Urbosa. Yeah, I love the relationship too. It's amazing. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of Urbosa stuff. So listen, I'm notoriously pretty bad with lore stuff, guys, and also just in general, I have bad memory and I don't pay attention to stuff well. So I'm really relying on you guys to help me out here with insightful things like Dash said. Because, like, yeah, there's, like, hundreds in TOTK. Because, like Dash said, if there's something relating to, like, the Matchmaking Mountain and stuff like that, I need you guys to point out things like that for me so I can have a better understanding if it's something interesting I can make a video on. Because it's been so long that since I've played this, half of them I don't know if it's something that we already knew.
Gerudo Canyon provides the only path leading to Gerudo Town. It seems monsters have made the former quarry into their base, and even the Gerudo, who are intimately familiar with the land, stay exclusively on the main road. Urbosa warned me countless times to exercise the utmost caution when traveling through here.
That makes sense. Can't believe it took them so long to add TOTK to Nintendo music. What's Nintendo music? Is that a thing? Link lets her go up in TOTK. Sorry, just got to airport. No problem. Yeah, but go up where? Are you talking about Lanayru or Matchmaking Mountain? Oh, I forgot this isn't going to help me in the desert anyway. Nintendo made to listen to their music. Interesting. Didn't know that was a thing. I was looking away. I didn't realize this game had the GTA 4 thing where if you hit anything with your motorcycle, you get absolutely launched. That's awesome. That was so good. Oh, shit.
Divine Beast Varnaboris. 10,000 years ago, the Divine Beasts were active, and they, along with the ancient relics, were intentionally hidden away. This was because they were feared due to their astonishing power. Having heard a prophecy speak of this place, we deduced that this was the location of Divine Beast Varnaboris. Coming upon it now is truly breathtaking.
Okay, I have a question for you guys. Is that something that was known? I always thought that people were talking about... I guess, yeah, I feel like it was known in Breath of the Wild that the Divine Beasts were there for the previous Calamity, right? It wasn't like thought that maybe it was Sheikah tech or anything, right? Matchmaker, okay. I don't think it was. Yes, they were. Okay. Interesting. Well, let me send a thing for Breath of the Wild. I have to be very careful typing this on my phone so I don't accidentally hit the cord and unplug it. And TOTK match No shit. Matchmaking. Mountain. Okay. Thought the memory was talking about where Naboris was dug up. Oh, okay. Alright, sounds good, Dash. They knew they were underground. Okay, interesting. Alright, so stable. Where am I? Stable's this way, right? Yeah, there it is. Somnipos scroll had the divine beasts. Okay, okay. Got it.
Trade with Gerudo town is going well, but apparently there is no end to the traveling merchants meeting with disaster in the canyon. Though the Gerudo may be accustomed to the road, it is a difficult one for Highlands. I'll speak with Father about whether we can have a stable built here.
Smart. Good job, Zelda. Sadly, this stable is all messed up in TOTK. Sorry, I'm multitasking right now. That's totally fine. It's all good. Only had 5 hours of sleep. I got up at 6 to watch the stream. Damn, dude. That is bold. I cannot actually, no, I do okay on low sleep, I guess. But waking up early for the stream, it's a level of commitment that I love to see. It's the one before the one we see in Breath of the Wild, yeah.
Here in Gerudo Desert, the temperatures vary wildly, enough so to be life-threatening. In addition, traveling across the sand by foot is challenging. These conditions certainly explain the strength of body and spirit that the Gerudo possess. Which has me thinking, while Mother was prone to illness, she would often visit here, despite the harsh environment.
So, the Queen was kind of a badass? More Calamity Aftermath lore? Agreed. Urbosa and the Queen relationship mentioned. Yeah, I'm just sad that we have to wait till tomorrow to get through the TOTK ones, because I feel like there's going to be a lot more interesting stuff there. Or a dumb. Yeah, could be. Could really go both ways. Yeah, that's totally fine, Meow, no worries.
Kakariko Bazaar serves as a trading post for those who cannot enter Gerudo town. It's a smart thing, since the town only allows women to enter. Urbosa warned me to be on alert for the Yiga clan here, but I cannot imagine they would attack in a place as crowded as this. She worries a bit too much.
Interesting. Okay. Let's zoom this in a little. Oh boy, okay. Quite a few things. Armor. Why did I dye this green? Interesting. Ladies, fellow females, how do you do?
Gerudo town is ruled over by Urbosa, and is also the largest oasis in the desert. The buildings look as if they were carved out of large boulders. Quite sturdy indeed. When your home is a desert with numerous dangers, having strong walls is a sure way to stay safe.
So true, Zelda, so true. Very astute observation. Oh, do I need to... I think I need to go in here. Yeah.
Among other things, the Gerudo are known for their craft and jewelry. They consider the gems used in their jewelry as talismans, absorbing both sunlight and moonlight, which cleanses evil. As such, they wear the jewelry as much as possible. Even Urbosa's shield and knife have been crafted by a jeweler rather than a blacksmith.
That's very interesting. That Urbosa's equipment was crafted by a jeweler. I like that. That's really cool. Which, this Daybreaker is Urbosa's, right? So that explains all the gems in it. That's really interesting. Noble Pursuit?
The Noble Canteen's famous cocktail is known as the Noble Pursuit. Gerudo preparing to seek the vow of their dreams drink it for good luck. I wanted to partake in one, but was told that I'm not ready for it yet.
Interesting. So they drink it to pursue the man of their dreams, and Zelda wanted one. So does that mean that she liked Link and wanted to get one of those so she could, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm writing this one down too. This is very minor evidence towards the Link relationship. And that's all I need. Wanted to bring it to Derek.
Sand seals, which I understand to have evolved from an aquatic creature of some kind, reside only in Gerudo and move through the desert as if swimming. The Gerudo use them as a means of transportation. However, they are quite difficult to handle. Without Urbosa's training,
Zelda.
I might never have been able to maneuver one.
Or maybe she didn't like Link and wanted him to get away and she could have a different man. So your theory is she was drinking it because there was a different guy she liked? Probably Derek, honestly.
Chief Urbosa has made the decision to offer the Gerudo support in subduing the calamity. She and I have been close friends for a long time now. But the conversation leading to this decision was the first time we spoke as formal representatives of our people. She is as transparent as always in her motivations, to protect those she cares for. And this is also why she is so trustworthy.
So smooth, I know, right? Thank you. Alright, got one up here. Excellent. Perchance a sand seal. Can we get a voice memory explaining why exploding your sand seal is a great way to tame it? Alright, do you mind? Thank you. Did not know you could do that. Oh. Yeah. It's a little messed up. I don't know if I missed you explain this during your intro, but so did you basically have to pair your phone to the S2 to do all this? No, so I just have my phone plugged into my computer and I'm screen recording Samsung decks. Samsung has like an app on computers where you can just like mirror your screen. Genuinely had no idea that was a thing. That's funny. I thought everyone knew about that.
The North Gerudo ruins are the largest in all of the desert. Based on the sizable quarry and numerous ruins scattered about Gerudo Highlands, it appears that Gerudo Town was once quite large. I've heard that this area of the town was destroyed by a rampaging Molduga employed by a tyrant, but it is merely a theory.
Interesting, okay. So Ganondorf had a Molduga in his army and it destroyed this part of Gerudo Town when it was bigger. That's really cool, okay. Love that. How does the voice memory app know where you are in the game? They're both hooked up to my Nintendo profile, so it's just like using the internet to track. Okay, that's it for desert. Let's head up to Highlands. Hello? What? Why are you doing this? What is happening? What's happening? Help? Okay. Interesting. That was weird. Highlands. Time for our 100% playthrough. Yes, that is coming soon. Good Ganon lore. Or oh, that says Ganon lore. That was the Molduga ambush memory from TOTK. Do you guys think that that's interesting enough to warrant a video? I could mention in the video that, like the tie between that TOTK memory and this voice memory. I think that's probably a good one, right? All that remains of warriors' dreams. Remains of warriors' dreams. Links to Molduga ambush memory in TOTK. Okay. Beauty. That's how it registered the game on your phone. Yeah, yeah. So really fired up to believe these are references to the new Warriors game. I hope. That would be really cool. Can't wait to see more Ganondorf in the new Warriors game. Same, same. Yes, that's very neat. Okay, cool. Just realized I've yapped so much I'm on some kind of leaderboard. I don't join YouTube lives much. Yeah, that's actually a brand new thing. This is the first stream where I have that running. When I was in YouTube Studio the other day, I saw a thing and it was like, yeah, we're like beta testing this new feature for live streams. Your channel's been selected to participate if you'd like. And it's, yeah, just something that puts you guys on a leaderboard for talking more and just like engaging more in live chats and live streams. I assume just to encourage people to talk more and be more active, even though there's no actual prize for doing so. I don't know. I was number 1 for a bit. Oh, now you're not even on the leaderboard. Wow. That's tough, man. Thanks for thinking of us. Yeah, I do what I can. Shit. I did add text-to-speech to YouTube at Aster's request, so now I have text-to-speech whenever there's a YouTube super chat. And there's also text-to-speech whenever there's a bits donation on Twitch now. So now there's a lot of different ways to do text-to-speech on my streams. Will you be streaming Hyrule Warriors? 100%. I'm so excited. But then can't people just spam? That's what I was afraid of when I implemented it. I was afraid it would encourage people to spam to get to the top of the leaderboard, so hopefully that just doesn't happen.
There have been accounts of dragon sightings since ancient times. I have been traveling to places related to these accounts in hopes of receiving the dragon's blessings, but so far I've had no luck. It seems many of the rumors are little more than folklore. As such, I thought that people were likely mistaken about seeing a dragon here in Gerudo Highlands. But the way the snow has been disturbed, it does appear as though a sizable creature moved through it. Perhaps this is the dragon's path.
Anyway, interesting. Is that something we knew? Because I do find that very fascinating. That this little crushed valley here is because of, of dragons. I feel like that's something that we probably knew. I mean, I get to ban spam. I love when Zelda nerds out about ancient legends. Yeah, me too. It's great. Okay, I think maybe we'll hit up the Satori Mountain stuff, get to Hyrule Ridge, and then maybe go into Hebra. I am lore reason, so true, Dash. You are lore reason, hear you cry. Got through security, nice. Nice, nice. You're gonna have to get that in-flight Wi-Fi so you can keep watching. Yeah, okay. We can win, Mom. My theory was that the path, that was the path that the sword statue was dragged through. Hey, clan. Them's fighting words? You sure you want this smoke? Alright, let's just grab this one first, I guess. You have a question? Hit me. Go for it. Oh, it stopped raining. I can climb. Cool. How do you be? I be great. Flight is late. We always get here hours before because of lore reasons. Kind of not fun. Yeah, it sounds like a nightmare. Oh, I need to be over here. Okay. It was a prank. How do you be get all the ideas? Like for shorts and stuff?
There are only 2 cherry blossom trees in Hyrule. They have been referred to as the Father Tree and Mother Tree. I imagine this is because the cherry blossom trees are sometimes worshipped for their supposed ability to purge evil spirits. Satori, who is said to live on this mountain, may be a protector of Mother Tree, sent by Father Tree.
That's pretty cool. I like that. It's a neat little lore thingy. Okay. Absolutely washed. Hold on. Oh, I can change back into my fit. Hold on. There it is. Didn't realize there were only 2 cherry blossoms. Yeah, because it's the one here and then the one near Hateno, right? No, I think the father tree... Isn't there one over here, like right up here or something? Or, like, close to, the heartbreak thing? I'm pretty sure there's one up here somewhere. That's probably the other one. Father tree and mother tree thing is new, I think. Love that. Me too. It's great. Do we think the dragon path in the Gerudo Highlands is interesting enough for a video? That's what I'm stuck on. That might be TOTK. Okay, yeah, because I remember seeing it in TOTK, so I didn't know if it was in this too. Don't do it. Okay, thank you.
The area around Sanadin Park is a vast grassland, making it Hyrule's finest habitat for horses. The white horses of the royal family have been bred for generations, but I heard that the very first generation was born here. Apparently, there are still white horses around this area.
Okay, there are a lot more cherry blossoms in TOTK. Okay, interesting. Curious how you post your shorts so often with glitches, bugs, mods, and facts. A lot of it is kind of just... It started out with, like, my own ideas for the most part. Because, yeah, we are at 1,000 videos, by the way, now on my channel, which is crazy. It's mostly my ideas, but once my channel grew enough, a lot of ideas come from people in the comments or my friends who find something and let me know about it, like my mods and modder friends and stuff like that. So it's... These days, a lot of my ideas come from people helping me, and whenever that's the case, I credit them. Other than that, I just, like, find mods and make videos on those. Congrats on 1,000. Thank you, thank you. The park is very pretty, yeah. Okay, so nobody said anything about the dragon thing, so I'm thinking you guys don't think the dragon path thing in the Gerudo Highlands is interesting enough for a video. I'm gonna say that that's what that means. No. This. It's not very interesting. Okay, okay. Good to know. Thank you. I thought it was interesting. Oh, okay. Conflicting reports, then. Because I find it kind of interesting. If you can get more dragon lore, then yes. Okay. Interesting, interesting. So interesting. Where are we? Hello? Where are you? There you are.
The origin of the dragon's blood tree's name is unknown. At one time, the water from the surrounding mountains flowed into a network of rivers on this plateau. Perhaps the water itself was likened to bleeding, the network to blood vessels, and over time, it came to be associated with dragons, thus the current name.
Interesting. I didn't realize these were called dragon blood trees. That's kind of neat. They're called blood leaf trees, IRL. Interesting. Okay. Didn't know that. Was there a memory at the horse god? I don't... Oh my god, it's doing the thing again. I don't think so. Hold on. Yeah, no. Nothing. I think let's swoop up to Rito Village area and then kind of wrap around. Yeah, let's hit up here. Yeah, I don't know if the... Do we think the dragon blood tree thing with the blood leaf tree connection, do we think that's interesting enough to go in a video? I'm not sure on that. I think maybe, I don't know, I think it's interesting, but like, I don't know how many shorts I want to make out of this, you know? And I feel like we're going to find a lot more interesting voice memories. If you compare it to the real life tree, okay. And many fun facts, one more Dragon Ball. I guess it's better to just write down as many ideas as possible, at least worth a mention, than to not have enough. If there's more dragon stuff in the TOTK. Yeah, might as well write it down now. It may come up and be more important later for TOTK stuff. That's a good point. Let's get these written down. So origin of the name and Dragon's Path. Breath of the Wild, origin of the name, Dragon's Path. I'm gonna have to like go through and re-review all of these voice memories I'm writing down to make a video on them. It's gonna be a hell of a process, but hopefully it'll be worth it. It's gonna I can make a video compiling the less interesting ones. That's true. Yeah, could make quite a few shorts out of this. Switch to price is unimaginable. It is a lot.
The proprietor was
I can write it off as a tax
write-off.
write-off.
Of them, Rito's stable boasts the oldest history. He also shared that no matter what price was offered, he would never sell it. His passion for this place will surely be carried on through his family line.
That's cool. That's pretty swell.
Divine Beast Var Meadow seems to be soaring easily through the air. Training must be going well. Among all the divine beasts, I am told that Meadow, controlled by air currents, is the most challenging to maneuver. Yet Rivali continues to impress. I imagine he, with his strong sense of duty and work ethic, has trained more than anyone else.
Foreshadowing because he sold it. That's awesome. His descendant sold it to Tracy. That's really funny. Kind of messed up though. That's kind of sad. Poor dude.
This stone pillar towers overhead in the center of the village. It occurred to me that it may be Meadow's perch, and a frightful image sprang to mind. One of the pillar crumbling beneath the weight of Meadow. However, this divine beast is far lighter than it appears as compared to the others. My concerns, ultimately, are unfounded.
Interesting. It's light? And I find that interesting, clan. Golly. Anyway. That's so funny. It was so sad. Yeah, is there a memory by the big hole blasted through Heber Mountain? Not sure yet.
The winged inhabitants of this land call Rito Village their home. The wind currents facilitate upward mobility throughout its vertical design, allowing the Rito to fly from one area to another with ease. Additionally, platforms were originally constructed to connect the areas for other peoples, but it seems even the Rito are using them more and more.
Interesting. Nice of them to add some accessibility for other species. Take a shot every time he says interesting. You will be absolutely hammered. Where is it? Is it above me? It's probably above me. Okay, I'm gonna assume that one's above me. Is there one here? Oh boy. Hi, Mabel.
There's a beans.
Hi, babe.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Mabel. Oh, you're all fired up, aren't you?
Bees.
She wants to fight. You guys are probably gonna hear a lot of barking and growling in a second. Thinking for things it was, yeah. Why am I gonna be dead? Oh, because of the shot thing. Okay. Oh, is this one also? Oh, this one's up there. Okay. This one? No, past that one too. Maybe this is this one. Or in here, I mean. Yeah, here we go.
Rito fabrics are high quality, making them popular at the exchange. Mother adored this store and special ordered this coat. It is made with the finest of down feathers. It fits me so perfectly that it feels as though it were custom made for me. To think, I am the same height as Mother now. It brings up such feelings in me.
That's cool. What coat are they talking about? Is this a coat we've seen? That's some cool additional lore, but I'm wondering if it's something we've actually seen before.
It tends to be their fabrics that garner attention, but the Rito have the best woodworking techniques in Hyrule as well. From their serving dishes to their structures, even the very framework of their village, the Rito have made everything from wood. I'm told the way they transport lumber mid-air is quite the sight, and I'd love to see it someday.
Yes, her winter outfit in the Rivali DLC memory. Okay, interesting. I totally forgot that. And still don't remember it. Queen of Hyrule mentioned I'm heartbroken. It's an AOC in the DLC memories, okay. Similar to what she wears in AOC. Yeah, okay. What I find fascinating here is that this will inform one of my later videos. At some point, I've had it on my list for a long time to make a short just talking about, like, what the biggest export is in each village in Tears of the Kingdom. And so it's interesting to hear that fabrics are the Rito Village's, like, biggest exports. Okay, so you said Rivali DLC memory. I am not gonna know what that looks like. Yeah, where do I find it? How do I watch it? Alright, thanks for coming, Wolves. Such a cute outfit. It's oh, you're number 3. Hey, Clan. You're fired.
No, she's not.
She is.
No.
Why not?
Why?
She's sassing me.
That's fine.
She's making fun of me because I keep saying interesting when I learn interesting things. Just let me fire her. Man, isn't even ranked. Yeah, is it in the memory section? I don't think it can be found here, can it? I don't know. We gotta keep trucking. There's too many memories. Anyway. Up here. She says thanks, honey. She says thanks for protecting her job, babe. Higher still? Yeah, okay. In the main pause menu. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, like adventure log? Memories. Oh! Is it this one? Rivali's song? Let's see this fancy coat that belonged to her mother. Her mother.
I'm gonna shower soon, so I'm gonna leave the baby in here, okay?
Okay, sounds good. That is a beautiful coat. They did great work. Well done, Rito. That's a cool little detail. That's her mother's coat. Chief? Is it you? Yeah. My favorite design for her? Yeah, it's very nice.
I've heard that the Rito use refined group tactics in combat. Their elder has incredible intellect, the sharpest among the Rito, in fact, and Rivali is said to be the strongest Rito in history. It is said that they're an ironclad force, unlike any ever witnessed. I even sensed remarkable composure from the elder, as he told us not to worry about them. It was reassuring.
Okay. Cool. I kind of want to mention the coat thing, maybe. No, that's not an... I don't... What do you guys think? Is the coat from her mom thing worth mentioning? I always thought Rivali was the elder that time. Me too. That is interesting. Her TOTK dress is my fave. That one's nice too.
Mabel.
Mabel, cut it out. I'll get you. And it'll look like a bloody accident.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Write it down at least. Okay. A winter area fun facts, and I have the dragon one too. Interesting. Okay. Breath of the Wild, feathered traditions relates to Rivali DLC memory. Okay. Code's good because the video's there, yeah. Starting to think this, it might be an unreliable ask for is this interesting enough, because it's all interesting to me. Well, no, but I want to hear that. I like that it's all interesting to you. So if it is, I want to know. I like it. You could mention it while talking about the fabrics. True. Did you know a video about random things? Yeah, it's definitely going to have just like a spitfire of a lot of random stuff. I'm thinking it'll be like, I'll focus on one or two big memories and then just kind of like shoot out a bunch of random ones for everyone to hear about. Anyway, flight range. Yeah, I don't know how many shorts I'm going to do for it though. Originally, I was thinking maybe one for Breath of the Wild, one for Tears of the Kingdom, but we're writing down so many memories, I can get a lot of shorts out of this. Not sure. I'm not sure do very much like the coat fact, then I think that's worth mentioning. Okay, good. Good to hear. I agree. I think it is cool. Especially because we just don't, like, know a lot about Zelda's mom. Just not really talked about much.
Watching him practice here at the flight range, it is clear to me that he is a truly unique champion. He creates an updraft and then catches it, soaring upward rapidly. He is the only one capable of such a feat, and yet it isn't even what makes him so remarkable.
Is it his bad attitude that makes him remarkable? Most mom lore is worth mentioning. Yeah, fair. Also, damn, 100? That's crazy. I didn't think this would be a popular stream. I thought people wouldn't be that interested in the voice memories. I'm glad to see they are, because I think it's fascinating. Okay. Around here. I guess we'll go from here. This brought me so much memories. Yeah, these games are incredible. There's 150, yeah. 150 in Breath of the Wild. Then, like, almost 250 in Tears of the Kingdom. It's his amazing and polite personality. That's gotta be it. It's the only explanation that makes sense. Oh, man. I should probably put on some warmer clothing here. Where's my... Can I just throw this on? Is that enough? No? Let's do this as well, then. Cool. This way. The moment these were announced, I couldn't wait. Yeah, this was definitely, like, the thing I was most excited about when they announced the Switch 2 versions of these games. I love the additional lore. I do think that having it be something that's part of an app is a little bunk. I don't love that. I wish it was just, like, actually built into the remasters, basically, but I'll take what I can get. What is the crown numbers? Oh, it's a new thing YouTube's trying where you, for, like, talking more in chat, you get on a leaderboard, basically. So weird to see official 60 FPS. What's really weird about it is that, like, right now, this, while playing and looking through OBS to play, this feels exactly how it does when I emulate. But then for both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, playing it on the actual console, either handheld or, like, docked, it looks so much better than emulate. Or, no, I'm sorry, it doesn't look better. The graphics look worse, but it runs way better. The performance and the high frames are really, really good. But yeah, right now this doesn't feel any different than when I emulate. Why more in TOTK we've had Breath of the Wild lore longer? I think just because TOTK is currently more relevant, unfortunately. Right, if we were to emulate, which obviously we don't do, because that's bad. Really don't like that it's switched to exclusive. Agreed, I think that's kind of shitty of them. But they're doing a lot of that these days. Can you do the Mario Yahoo? It's not, I promise you it's not going to be as good as the first time. Lightning doesn't strike twice, but I'll give it a shot. Yahoo! It was okay. It's incentive to buy the Switch. Yeah. Just spend $450 to get access to this. Okay, is this underneath? I'm starting to feel like this is actually underground. Which is brutal because I don't remember where the cave entrance is for... Never mind. Found it. Okay.
Rivali brought me to Gothlam's secret hot spring, telling me I was overworking myself. Since he can only carry one person, he said he would act as my guard, so Link is waiting at the village. I cannot remember the last time I relaxed on my own like this.
Interesting. Was Rivali trying to rizz up Zelda? Oh yeah, I could only carry one person, see a Link, and then brings her to a hot spring? I don't know, guys. I don't know. That's, it's a little interesting. Methinks Rivali had a little bit of a crush there. So that might be why he hates Link, dude. Or he just hates Link. Yeah, but to bring Zelda to this hot spring so she can relax and, like, protect her and stuff, like, I don't know. I think he's thirsty. Has ever gone to Gerudo for a drink? Probably. Oh, man. That's funny. Do I have to just buy a new copy on Switch 2, or can I just transfer it? You don't have to buy it. If you have Nintendo Switch Online with the expansion pack, you can upgrade to the Switch 2 version for free. If you already own Tears of the Kingdom, though, and you don't have Nintendo Switch Online, you can pay $10 to upgrade. Rivali takes all his ladies there, yeah.
I've always wanted to investigate the Hebra Mountains up close. It appears the mountainside has been scarred by an energy blast. Naturally, I would think this scarring was a direct result of the calamity 10,000 years ago. But with that the case... From what I can tell by looking at it, it would seem the mountain was blasted from the direction of Hyrule Castle. I find this unsettling.
I find that unsettling, too. Huh. So what the hell happened? He's right, though. It is kind of from that direction. So what could have caused that, then? If she's saying she thinks it's unrelated to the calamity, I mean, the only thing we see that does something similar is, like, the Divine Beast with the lasers. Do we think maybe a Divine Beast blasted it, or... Huh. Getting the saying interesting to everything disease. It's hard not to, because it is all interesting. We think a dragon, okay. That they did when we fought Ganon. Yeah, the like, big blast that the Divine Beasts did. But then how would it have gone from Hyrule Castle to here and hit this mountain? Clammy Ganny blast. That's where Meadow is excavated. A seized Divine Beast at Hyrule Castle? Potentially. I think that was in Masterworks. Oh, really? Interesting. I kind of like this one. I think I want to write this one down. I find this one to be interesting. The Scars story. More like it came from Hebra to Hyrule Castle. But she said the mountain was hit with an energy blast, and it's got, like, a hole carved through it, and she said the blast originated from Hyrule Castle. Let's play that one again. Yeah, was blasted from the direction of Hyrule Castle. From what I can tell by looking at it, yeah. The rewriting lore. Always wanted a famous YouTuber to notice me, so I just wanted to thank you so much, because I had a hard day, but you made it better. Oh, man. I don't know if I'd call me famous. I don't feel famous, but I'm glad I could help, Wolves. A royal cover-up about the beasts being temporarily corrupted even 10,000 years ago. Either Ganon shot from the castle. Yeah, I'm thinking this has to be Ganon shooting from the castle during the last calamity or something, right? But she says, but were that the case, with it being a direct result of the calamity 10,000 years ago, So her saying, but were that the case, makes it sound like she thinks this didn't happen during the calamity. So then there wouldn't have been Ganon. So how did this happen? It's under the sanctum, but the castle goes into the sky, and you can see someone behind a bookshelf in the library. What is that in reference to? Calamity Ganon boss room in TOTK. Oh. Compared to me, everyone is famous, that's fair. Meadow is at the castle and shot towards there. Didn't think about possibly coming from Ganon. This is a very interesting one. Definitely writing this down. The Wild, the Scars story. Okay. That is an excellent one. Good find. Let's press on. I guess let's get this one next. Oh, I'm interested in this one, the Tabantha Village ruins. I've always thought this area was interesting. It's all so interesting, dude. I'm excited to see if we get any good lore here. I want to see what happened. Because I like that we got the lore of Ganondorf's Molduga destroying part of Gerudo Town, so I'm interested in seeing if this explains why these ruins were destroyed. A reference to a whole different Zelda game? Could be. What's the XP thing in the chat? It's a new thing that YouTube is doing. You just get XP and get onto a leaderboard if you talk a lot in chat. Read the wording is that if it being 10k years ago is the case, the blast would have come from the castle, and she finds that fact scary because Ganon blast. Oh, okay, hold on. That's not how I interpreted it, because she says, naturally, I would think this scarring was a direct result of the calamity 10,000 years ago. But were that the case, so to me it sounds like she's saying, naturally you would think this is a direct result of the calamity, but were that the case, from what I think, it seems like it was blasted from the direction of Hyrule Castle. Yeah, I don't think Dea Village ruins, yeah, because there might be reasons why it was destroyed. I think we did do Dea Village. I forget what that was, though. I forget where that was, but I'm pretty sure we hit that. If you can remind me where that was, I can show you that voice memory. Yeah, I think that's saying she thinks it's not calamity related.
Year after year, more villagers depart from Tabantha Village, never to return. It seems the bitter cold is challenging company. Now there are few who live here, and lines of empty homes.
Okay.
Many of the people who work at Snowfield Stable are originally from here.
So it's just too cold and kind of uninhabitable. I guess that makes sense. Nothing crazy there. So she thinks naturally it would be from a divine beast 10,000 years ago, but it seems to be from the castle instead of directed to it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That one, I'm really excited to see what we get out of YouTube comments on that one. I think that one's going to take a major focus in one of these shorts, because I really want to hear people's theories on that. Yeah, I'm glad they're adding in this fun lore. This is great. I'm having a great time.
The bridge on the south side of Tanagar Canyon is closed because of deterioration, which means the travelers coming and going from Hebra are funneling here to Snowfield Stable. It's flooded with travelers, and the innkeep seem exhausted. Once the calamity is behind us, one of the first orders of business will be repairing the bridge.
Interesting. So this bridge was destroyed before, or still is in disrepair, I would assume, and people weren't. Yeah, what Dash said. Thanks everyone for being here and watching. And so people weren't traveling here, so they were going all the way up here past the stable. That's kind of cool. Okay. Did you ended up like that from neglect? Did that person mention the Dea Village thing? Bro? Where's Dea Village? I'm pretty positive we've hit that one and got a memory there. I just don't remember where that one was. We've done so many. Okay. Now this has got to be inside the Forgotten Temple, right? It's got to just be right over here. Did they fix it in TOTK? Fix what? Dea's west of Dueling Peaks. near Lake Hylia. Oh, yes, this one was actually really interesting, bro. They said that this lake was created because they were worried about a drought causing Lake Hylia to lose all its water. So this is an artificial lake that they made as a reservoir for Lake Hylia's water in case of drought. And it was just like the village attached to it was responsible for like managing it. Yeah, the name Dea stems from the name of the village that the lake is flooded. So that lake ended up flooding that village too, I guess. Yeah. That one's pretty cool. Okay. This. Is there anything that references what happened in the ancient tech lab ruins? I always thought that place was significant somehow. We haven't gotten there yet. I love the lore about the ruins. Agreed. I love all the village ruins stuff. Really cool to have that context. No problem, bro.
These ruins are thought to date back to the kingdom's founding. It seems likely that something of great value was once here, as there are many guardians in the area. Additionally, according to ancient documents, there was a room beyond the goddess statue, but it now appears to be buried in sediment.
And we go into that room in Tears of the Kingdom, don't we? Isn't that the room with all the dragon tier locations and Impa and all that? Rare instance of river being named after place rather than place being named after river. True. Astute observations as usual, Dash. TOTK reference, let's go! Right. This way. Methinks this would be a good opportunity for a little wind bomby wommy. Although I kind of want a master cycle too, but it's fine. Let's wind bomb. I was worried that would be the case. Bye, bomb. Hold on. I might be able to do it off of this. Let's check. Yep. Okay. So anyway, we're going to take the master cycle, because I just thought that sounded more fun. Let's pog at the TOTK reference. You're so dumb. Fight me, random gamer. God, what a hater.
I've been told the people of Sirin's stable just moved here, hence the many wooden boxes all around. Originally, stables were started up by nomadic people who would host travelers. It seems the tents at these stables are a relic of such times. Nowadays, stables stay put, so finding a mobile one such as this is a rare thing.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't realize that this was Siren's stable, and like we end up getting new Siren's stable over here. I had no idea that this stable moved down there. Good to know. Aren't wind bombs hard now? It definitely seems like something changed with this and wind bombs are harder to perform, because I definitely did not struggle this much before. I'm usually the GOAT.
With the Rito and Gerudo coming here to offer up specialty wares from across Hyrule, Marita Exchange is always a lively place. In particular, the fish being sold here are popular among Rito and Gerudo alike. They sell out almost immediately.
Cool. Okay, so this is where all the people of their villages would come to sell their goods and trade with other species. That's really cool. That is awesome context. See, I would have thought it would have been Castletown as like the main merchant hub. But I think it's interesting that it's so close to Rito Village and everyone kind of just has to head all... Like, imagine for the Zora or someone from Lurelin or Hateno, they have to go all the way up here to get to the exchange for other people's goods. That's very interesting. I do need to have this one be part of my video about exports. Specialties. Special... D's for vid about exports. I also need to add that to also exports vid. Okay. Cool. TOTK should have had a way to do a different wind bomb type thing with time bombs as an nod to wind bombing. It would have been really cool if they did. Breath of the Wild was multiplayer. We could do races with the Master Cycle. That'd be cool. The Hyrule exchange forum or Castletown. Do you think there is another exchange in Castletown? It said specifically Rito and Gerudo and Highlands trade there mostly. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Yeah, the Rito and Gerudo coming here to offer up specialty wares. Okay. Very popular among Rito and Gerudo. Like, okay, so this is mostly just for trade between the Rito and Gerudo, which is still odd because the Rito just go straight east and the Gerudo have to go all the way up here. You would think it would be somewhere in between, but whatever. I guess, yeah, then it is closer to actual, like, Highlands, too. Interesting. Right here. Let's go back up here. Still salty about not seeing this game's castle in its full glory. Me too. That is like probably my biggest thing on the wish list is I just wish TOTK had DLC or something that let us see Castletown and the castle restored. That's just the dream. My crown fell way off a while ago. Now YouTube just needs to add a point system like Twitch where you actually get something for like being on the leaderboard. Like maybe you accrue points at a faster rate or something. That would be nice. I feel like we're making good progress. We've got a lot of them done now. We've got a decent pace.
It has been decided that we will investigate ancient Sheikah ruins in preparation for the calamity. The entrance to the Royal Ancient Lab, which we were forbidden from opening, now stands open. Things such as blueprints still remain, and Pura and Robbie have been absorbed in reading them, sparing no time for sleep.
So this was already in ruins by the time Zelda got to it 100 years ago. But there was, I guess, at least enough still here for Robbie and Pura to get some knowledge. That's pretty cool. Castletown was intact in Age of Calamity. Yeah, but that's like... I want to be able to see it in this open world setting, not like... as part of the mission layout thing, kind of. Alright, let's check this one up here by Thyflo Ruins. Yeah, but when you get to the level, it's all covered in malice and covered in red light, yeah. Okay. Now for the fun part. Getting out of here. Let's just use the map as my guide. I want to go this way? I want to go this way. Okay. We don't need to see, right? I'm pretty sure seeing is overrated anyway. I just wish I could see the edge. I don't know where I'm going. We're getting there. Missing the Pura and Robbie duo from AOC, yeah. Oh, it turned me that way. There we go. Just got home from work. I've been playing, watching so much TOTK content. It's a bit weird to see Breath of the Wild again. Fair. We've found a lot of very interesting memories so far. Having a great time. Was in the final cutscenes in the Champions Ballad, yeah. Restored version of Hyrule and Age of Calamity doesn't do the castle justice. Agreed completely, yeah. Is this mud? No bright bloom seed skill issue. Yep, that was mud, okay. I guess let's just be smart and grab this. I think we just need to... Yeah, okay, we were there anyway. We made it. Go team. See you, nerd.
The existence of a shrine has been confirmed here at Typhlo Ruins.
She says Typhlo.
That darkness act as a test to the one chosen by the sword that seals the darkness? I don't think I can go much farther, however. I wonder if I will have to ask him to come investigate. No, I don't want to have to rely on him for this.
I'm very hesitant to use Link's services. I feel justified in hearing her call it Typhlo Ruins, because this was years ago before my channel even blew up when I was making Breath of the Wild content. I called it Typhlo Ruins in a video, and people in the comments yelled at me saying it's Thyflo, so I'm happy to hear her pronounce it Typhlo. Get wrecked, nerds. Anyway. I've always said Typhlo too. Good, as you should. Confirming my pronunciations. And mine, but I got bullied out of them. Alright, I think we need to hit the Master Sword pedestal too. My heart. Yeah.
When I heard Father announce that the knight chosen by the sword that seals the darkness was Link, I felt anything but calm inside. Whenever I hear that name, an anxiousness sets in. Even more challenging are my feelings of envy toward him. I wonder if there will ever be a day when I can look him in the eyes.
Okay, so I feel like... Alright, thanks for coming, bro. I feel like that confirms that other memory we listened to before that was talking about her struggling to look Link in the eyes has to do with this. I think Meow was right, and it has to do with her feeling jealousy towards Link. That's interesting. And why is that? Is it because she wanted to have the Master Sword?
The great Deku tree watches over the sword that seals the darkness. I also view this tree as a mentor, in a sense. When the knight was chosen to wield the darkness-sealing sword, I felt nearly overcome by my feelings. But the great Deku tree offered me words of wisdom in that moment, encouraging me not to give up, and that I had my own path to follow. Those words provide comfort to me still.
Okay. Yeah, because she hadn't achieved her destiny yet. Okay, interesting. So that's kind of stuff we already know, but cool nonetheless. I think there's one over here at the entrance. Let's go here. Unaccomplished, yeah. That's how he follows out his duty and she sees herself as failing, yeah. Struggling to unlock her powers, yeah. He had fulfilled his duty to become a knight, but she hadn't gotten her power, yeah. What all of you said. So true, so true. This seems like a wind bomb would be good. It really makes me wish I had Ascend because of this rain, but, you know, whatever. She jelly of Linky. She's envious. Shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, jump. Okay. Right. Seems like a good spot to wind bomb from, right? Maybe? Sure, it'll be fine. Oh, I can take off my cold weather clothes. I need to get the fit back on. It's important to have drip. I knew as soon as I started that it wasn't working. Why is it so much harder? Don't know about any of you, but I've been enjoying this a lot. I have too. I'm actually enjoying this so much more than I anticipated. This is great. Bad wind bomb. It was. I retract my previous statement. I hate Rome for how he discouraged and pressured her while she was feeling like that. Urbosa mentions her passing out in the cold waters of a spring while desperately praying to gain her power. Yeah. Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
Great Hyrule Forest is a sacred place where spirits reside. Only by following the wind's guidance can a traveler make their way through. the guidance is only offered up to a chosen few by the spirits themselves. Those who do not receive this blessing of wind will quickly find that they are right back where they started. It's easy to see how this grove came to be called the Lost Woods.
Interesting. How it's not shown to everybody. Let's hit up these two down here first, and then we'll head up to Eldin. These both seem good to reach from here. After all these years, I still wear the crown. I secretly love Rome as a character. He's not the villain. He was just trying to... Yeah, I agree. I really love Rome. I also think he's overhated. I think he did some bad things. But I think his heart was in the right place. How far I have fallen. My Rome hatred brought my crown back. Yo! Yeah, I wonder how it, like, tracks that. Because it seems like it's not just number of chat messages. It seems like it's length of messages and a bunch of other things. Someone please dethrone and humble me. I am going to go mad. Can't believe Dash has the #1 crown. What a loser. Undeserved. He's a shit dad, but I like his character. Yeah. Yeah, he definitely fumbled the bag, but he was trying. Raru Settlement Ruins, okay.
Though it is small, this settlement is the oldest in the land. Named after the founding king of Hyrule, there are various theories regarding the specificity of that name. Some believe that it was the king's residence, others that it was a village of his most ardent supporters, and yet others claim it was the birthplace of the Hylian queen. Ultimately, I'm not sure even the villagers themselves know the true origins of the name.
Very interesting. So... I like that. Sonia might have been born here. That's kind of cool. Either that or Raru lived here. Or his supporters lived here. That's pretty neat. Have you been able to win bomb in this? Yeah, definitely have. We've win bombed a few times today. Get these points. I could just never like him, sorry. Well, then you and I have beef because he's, like, my favorite. So, how dare you. Yeah, that is cool lore. Is it video-worthy lore? I guess to me it doesn't feel like it. I think that's neat, but, like, I don't know. I could be like, maybe Sonia was born. I think if it was more specific and it was like, yeah, Sonia was born at this village, but the fact that it was like, either Sonia was born here, or Raru and Sonia lived here, or it's like the village of his most ardent supporters, I think that makes me be like, I don't need to cover that, because it doesn't actually confirm anything, it's just theories.
The proprietor of Woodland Stable was deeply moved by how beautifully ornamented Mother's horse was, and is now studying techniques for adorning them himself. He even braided my horse's mane to match my own braids. Mother's care for horses lives on in this way. It fills me with joy to see it.
Very interesting. Okay. I kind of like this one because it explains, one, why horse customization comes to TOTK, and two, why Zelda's horse has a braided mane. That's pretty neat. He didn't have light powers. The only method he knew to unlock them was prayer, so of course he was pressuring her. Yeah. That one's cool. I like that one. That's pretty sweet. Okay. Eldin? Okay. 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 Can we just gently just approach the volcano? Brilliant. Good job. Okay. I think there's a lot of info about what we might expect the Warriors map to look like. I'm right now playing Zelda on my Switch too, and I feel sad. I like that one as well. Yeah, I like that one. Okay. Then let's add this one then. I think this one's kind of neat. Adorned steeds. We're writing down so many. There's going to be a ton of these that don't make the cut. I can pretty much guarantee it. Okay. Back to Eldin. Please don't freak out. There we go. So we still have Eldin, Akala, Lanayru, and then Hyrule Castle and Castletown, I think. We're getting there. Under Majora's Mask, Breath of the Wild, maybe the darkest Zelda game. I agree. I think this game's pretty dang dark. Cool. So discouraged has always hurt me so bad, and I've always related to her so negative feelings for her own built, and although I've read his diary, I can never bring myself to like him as a character too much. I guess that's fair, but like, it's King Rome Boss Rhombus Hyrule, you know? It's the King Rome Boss Rhombus Hyrule.
This blacksmithing shop doesn't seem to have a name. I get the sense that the blacksmith himself is more concerned with his skills than he is about naming things. Truly, he is a master at his craft. His stature both grand and indomitable. Without so much as a momentary pause while striking the iron, he proudly told me that he was the very one who made Daruk's boulder breaker.
That's cool. Made the boulder breaker. That's pretty sweet. Which do you like better, Switch or Switch 2? I mean, I can't really say yet. Switch 2 doesn't really have enough games, but so far I am really enjoying the Switch 2. It seems to have good build quality. The Pro Controller's great. The Joy-Cons are great. It's bigger, which is better for my hands. Oh yeah, behind TP as well. I agree with you, Dash. And Welcome Tour is very fun, and so is Mario Kart. Yeah, I understand the Rome. Hey, exactly why I like him as a character. The best characters are the ones that are able to make you feel strongly. Yeah, exactly. He's it's like how in a TV show an actor who is so hated because of a hated character, it just shows you that they're a great actor. So like King Rome's a great character because he's flawed and people are so passionate about him. His character as the old man brings me so much nostalgia. Agreed, yeah. There will be voice memories only on the the sky has Rauru voice memories, surface has Zelda, and depths has Koga. You're not sure you agree with TP? That game is so dark, dude. I find myself liking the persona somehow despite his terrible fathering skills. Alright, what's this one? A roasted marshmallow? Oh, an apple.
When I dropped an apple here, it wasn't long before it became a baked apple. After that, I tried my hand at grilling some meat and fish in the same way. I found it rather convenient, without need of a pot or a fire. Although one Goron watched me curiously, I imagine it must have been an unusual sight for him. After all, they primarily feast upon rocks.
Exactly, Dash. Okay. She discovered burning with the environment. How did she not get set on fire, though? Didn't really get any kind of companion or guide after that. Yeah, agreed.
Goron City is watched over by Daruk, chief of the Gorons. Despite coming equipped with fireproof elixir, I didn't quite bring enough of it. I
She had
settled on
fireproof
making
elixir.
more myself, but I was having trouble catching fireproof lizards. The Gorons,
Wow.
seeing my struggle, decided to help me, and, well, now I have enough fireproof elixir to last the rest of my life.
How nice of the Gorons to just hook her up with fireproof elixir for life. Yeah, that's my only issue with that. Alpha is like, wouldn't your food get kind of dirty? Seems gross. Ascend. Did it. I ascended.
Generations of chiefs have been carved into rock. Daruk stands in a prominent position, a clear indication of how highly regarded he is among the Gorons. It's such an incredible carving, but Daruk never mentions it. Perhaps he's a bit embarrassed.
Good point, Gabriel. I should be listening out for any Daruk mentions. Yeah, we've got a couple now. What I find interesting there is that that they carved Daruk there while he was still alive. I would have assumed that was something after he had died. So that's kind of interesting. He ate rocks, yeah. Let me guess, she went to the hot springs here with another boy, right? Just like she went to those hot springs in Hebra with Rivali. She probably took Daruk here. She's just hoeing around.
One might find many eggs floating in the water of Goron hot springs. I had the impression that they eat only rocks, but apparently Gorons consider hard-boiled eggs a favored snack. The Gorons appear comfortable soaking in the steaming water, but I suspect a Hylian would end up rather boiled themselves.
Funny that they like hard-boiled eggs, but also interesting that she's saying that the water is too hot for Hylians, but Link just tanks it. Thought there was mention of the statue being made while Daruk was alive before. Probably. I'm sure. I'm not great on lore. Zelda's no. It's already hot as it is. Eat something other than rocks. Yeah, eggs, I guess. I mean, you do find hard-boiled eggs here, right? I feel like I remember finding some here. Daruk's my second favorite champion, or Urbosa has to take the crown, though. Yeah, I agree. Although, no, for me it's probably Urbosa, Mipha, Daruk, Rubali. Link is basically a bear with no hair. Is he half Goron? Must be. Alright, where are we going next? We've got one by the bridge over here. Is that the only other one in all of Eldin? There's one on the side there. Nothing back here, okay. In Eldin's Flank. I didn't realize it was called that. That's funny. Okay, yeah, I guess we just have this one here. Didn't want to bathe with the Goron, no. Only Rivali. They're in Hyrule Castle at a boil spot. Gotcha, okay. New Link lore, he was birthed by a Goron. Rivali's high on my list of favorite champions. I think that's a popular opinion. Rivali is one of those characters who was intentionally a butt face because people love... I don't watch anime, so I don't know how it's pronounced, but like Sundir characters or whatever. Tsundere. Who are just like mean for no reason. People are suckers for that. It's never worked on me though. Trying to match your pace to get to the voice memories when you do, but I'm failing miserably. That's pretty understandable. Mipha's mine, she has a beautiful design. Yeah, Mipha's really cool.
Camouflaged as rock, divine beast Varudanya was concealed in Death Mountain. Then the flow of lava shifted, and Rudanya appeared. It could be mere coincidence, but no, perhaps it is awoken on behalf of all of us, sensing the return of the calamity.
Yeah, definitely not one of my favorite tropes. Also, that was kind of a nothing burger of a voice memory there. Not much to look at. Okay. I'll call it next. Let's head up here. Find people either love or hate Rivali, no in between. I don't know. I think I agree for the most part. People seem to feel that way. I don't really have any feelings towards Rivali for me. Like, I do think he's a jackass, which made me not like him, but I've never really hated him. He's just kind of there. I just like everybody else. He's the only one I don't, like, actively like. Also love her more motherly side around Zelda. Yeah, agreed. How long left? Until we finish. Probably another hour or so. Down here? It's kind of interesting, but also, yeah, he's, yeah. Tiba's way better. Tiba the Tuba is way better. Favorite champion, excluding Link, is Urbosa.
The buds are swelling and look as if they might bloom at any moment. These flowers submerged beneath the surface of the water have been considered prophetic since ancient times. Their blooming is said to herald natural disasters. Perhaps they sense the evil spirit of the calamity.
Okay. I agree, Mr. Awesome. Tuba was more fun to play in Age of Calamity. TOTK, yeah, TOTK is going to take forever, but we're going to be splitting that over 2 days. Still no Silk Song. Damn. Anything interesting aside from that space? Those flowers under the water always creep me out. This may be weird, but I didn't know there were flowers under that water. I wish this was in the normal Switch version too. Me too. Did you say T? I've always pronounced it Tiba, but I know it's supposed to be like Teba or something stupid, so that's why I say Tuba, because I hate its real pronunciation. I'm a Tiba guy.
This is the spring where Din, goddess of power, is worshipped. Once she was one of the three goddesses, alongside courage and wisdom, but it is said that faith in her dimmed due to power being seen as a symbol of the Demon King. The terrain around the spring is complex and covered with roughly chopped trees, suggesting this place was once used as a training site of some kind.
Okay, it's like kind of interesting. Taba, yeah, that's you mean Tuba. Also, Dash, what's up with the Mifa hate? What the hell, man? Why are you such a hater? Mifa's goated. Cool co-op game with stop motion, otherwise not really anything interesting. Damn, that sucks. I like me a co-op game, and the stop motion thing sounds cool. Otherwise, I agree with you, Dash. If we're including Link and Zelda, then I'm Link, Zelda, Urbosa, Mifa, Daruk, Rivali. But, like, big gap between Daruk and Rivali. Gabriel, there's only 150 Zelda voice memories in TOTK. There's also 55 for Koga and 35 for Raru. AI pronunciation of roughly was rough. Hey, we don't know if it's AI, okay? Supposedly it's not. Gotta stick to the bit. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. In Breath of the Wild, there's 150 for Zelda. Power is Ganon, so people thought Din was a Ganon god. Yeah. Yeah, that memory was just kind of stuff we already knew.
The Shadow Hamlet is a secluded village where people prefer to live somewhat disconnected from the rest of society. Many in Hyrule do not even know this place exists. I at least knew the name, but I had no idea it would be like this. I came to warn the people here about the calamity, but they turned me away.
Okay. Interesting. Didn't realize this place was called Shadow Hamlet, but yeah, definitely seems like a place for hermits. Okay. Okay. Is the water temple actually my favorite? Maybe, maybe not. You'll never know. Don't do this stuff. Poor Zelda voice actor being told she's AI. Well, maybe if she stopped pronouncing shit weird. She does say some, like, every now and then she does say a word really weird. And I'm like 90% sure she pronounced Kakariko as Kakariko once and then Kakariko the second time. So I don't know what's going on there. I also am loving the lore about the random ruins. That's my favorite part of, like, one of my favorite parts of this so far. It's cool seeing what all those were before. Really fills out the world.
At Pura's urging, South Akala stable was built. It
Akala.
seems she gave the stable owners many sheep to celebrate the opening, so now the grounds are filled with them. There are more sheep than there are horses here. I have to wonder, why sheep?
Couldn't tell you. But that does remind me, Zelda also pronounces it Akala in Age of Calamity, and that always hurt me. I will never not say Akala. Akala is disgusting. I want to find the voice memories. I'm going to switch to, but my brother won't let me use it, so I'm just looking for Koroks on Breath of the Wild. Damn, dude. It's messed up. You should fist fight your brother. No, don't do that. AI comments in her voice are a tad bit upsetting, actually, especially since some people began to genuinely believe it. Yeah, I'm sure that would be upsetting for her, too. That people think she's AI. Why sheep? There must be so many apples around here. That's what I often find myself asking. Why sheep? Why Gamora? Holy! Let's see if the TTS works. Oh, the TTS isn't in this scene. Damn it. Thank you, Glow. Thank you so much. Damn, dude.
The Citadel was quite proud to tell me how its defenses are even more fortified now, with the brand new cannons installed. He also detailed how the bridge at the entrance is a simple structure which can be quickly removed in case of enemy advancement. It's clear why the Citadel is considered impregnable.
But yes, thank you so much, Glow. I do have it set up to do text-to-speech when you do that, but I didn't add it to this scene for console gameplay yet. It's only on my normal one, so it didn't text-to-speech for you, but...
Hey KP, this seems really
never mind.
Cool, though they should have made Koga do the voiceover.
It was very late, but it came through. I agree, Koga should have done the voiceover for Zelda. There's a memory by Terrytown. There wasn't a town there pre-Calamity. True, yeah. I'm interested in seeing what that is. Why can't she pronounce things more like Link from OOT? Probably is phoning it in since she's likely getting replaced once the next 3D game is out. Honestly, wouldn't blame her. Akala Citadel lore. I do think the lore with Akala Citadel is interesting. I think the most interesting thing is that this bridge was designed specifically to be taken down to prevent people from invading. But then it's also like, what's their plan for escape then? They don't really have an easy route out. Like, sure, that's very defensible, but I guess it's just this path here. Yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Glow making up for Dash not paying a penny. Frickin' got him. Good job, clan. You got him so good. I was playing Breath of the Wild the other day and I barely realized that place was there, right? Okay, they're gonna ride the Guardians out. So true. Now let's check out this Terrytown stuff and see what's going on here. I'm just gonna go back up here. So here's the Farron Forest where they gatekeep all my, our precious bananas. There is some interesting Koga stuff in the Tears of the Kingdom ones, Glow, including one where he reveals that his name isn't actually Koga. That's like a name that was given to him by the Yiga clan, like passed down from previous generations, so could have just hopped on their heads, not like Guardians can look up. So true, so true. So imagine Terrytown isn't there. Also, yeah, it's weird how this area is so empty. I like that they filled this area in Tears of the Kingdom. Really cool. I'm also very excited for the Koga ones. Just gave it to me when he heard that there were Koga ones. Oh, shit. There we go.
There are ruins scattered across Tauren Wetland. It would appear this place was once a settlement. I imagine the village may have been abandoned due to the inhospitable nature of the wetlands here. The soil is so damp that it would prove challenging to build on.
Interesting. Okay. So there used to be a village down there, but it was too swampy, so they couldn't build on it easily, so they abandoned it, at least from what she thinks. So then... that's interesting that they were then able to build on that just fine in Tears of the Kingdom. I wonder if you can see any details from how things are built there in Tears of the Kingdom that indicate, like, that they had to build with those difficult conditions. Very cool. Now, what is she gonna say here? This is a cool circle? Maybe we should put a town here?
A goddess statue stands alone in the center of a large basin here. The ground is loose due to water saturation. The surrounding area probably collapsed, leaving this space behind. Perhaps the goddess statue is enshrined here as a means of preventing further damage. Although, I wonder, is this place instead protected because of the goddess statue's presence?
Okay, that's kind of cool. Dehydration chambers. Suga's adopted, so he's probably a Hylian instead of Sheikah, who couldn't have survived 100 years. Thought a lot of these ruins fell in the Calamity. Suga's exclusive to AOC, just like Terracotta. Interesting that this stable doesn't have any voice memory. It feels like every stable has had one. I like to think they're similar to father and son. They definitely act similar to father and son, in a way.
It's called a lighthouse, but my understanding is that it was built as more of a watchtower. But to watch over what, I wonder? Beyond here lies Lomé Labyrinth Island, home to ancient ruins shrouded by mystery. Even approaching the ruins proves challenging. Some scholars posit that evil spirits are trapped there. Perhaps this lighthouse served to watch over the island? I'm probably overthinking it.
Okay. A watchtower to watch over the maze. It's kind of interesting, I suppose. Let's get these two here. Still no Silk Song. What the hell? I can't split, you're my best lackey. True, true. Could also have been built after the calamity. Thinking of Suga makes me so sad. I have to distract myself. It shows how much Koga cares for Suga. I mean, I don't know if I'd say that means he cares for Suga. You're calling him lackey even in that moment, I feel like means that he doesn't. Yeah, there's evil spirits everywhere, dude. That's like the 5th voice memory to be like, yeah, evil spirits. Oh, the evil spirit set is there in TOTK. If it weren't for all the other voice memories saying that, I would think that was cool.
Stable, but it's a critical hub, offering refuge to travelers entering Death Mountain. It also houses the many rescue dogs here on standby in case something happens. With all that in mind, I don't see why he'd want to move it. I shall need to ask him for more information.
Dog stable. That's all I need to know. That's where the doggies go. I love it. Definitely cared for Suga. Like to think he does care at least a little, but he's still very... Yeah, I guess that's more my position. No, they were saying they think Silk Song's release date is gonna be announced today.
Just beyond the moor of Death Mountain is a scorching region. The heat from the flow of lava can be intense. So intense, in fact, that it can take one's life should they fail to prepare accordingly. My bodyguards forbade me from going any farther, yet it is my duty to keep a close watch on the divine beasts we will be fighting alongside. This mission proves to be exceedingly dangerous.
That one's kinda... whatever. Nothing new there. Damn, we're so close. All that's left is Zora's Domain and Hyrule Castle. Frick yeah, dude. This way. Guys, oh my god, Shrine on Shrine Island meme. Lameo. That's probably the one thing I hate from Skitty's TOTK video the most, is that it's led to so many people turning that no Shrine on Shrine Island thing into a meme. I liked it at first, but now it drives me crazy. Only 75 XP for that dono, that's crazy.
Here in Kaponga Village, they're working to make it possible to manage horses with just a few people. This would be achievable by using the small islands scattered about Lanayru Wetlands as stables. There's a grassy field at the village's entrance where the horses seem to be living at ease. And the villagers here even told me my white horse is beautiful.
Interesting. Okay. What was disproven, Dash? Oh, the Shrine on Shrine Island thing? Yeah, that Kapanga Village lore is interesting because, like, I don't know. It feels like it just exists, that voice memory just existed to be like, yeah, they did horse stuff. They were in charge of horses. That's pretty much all they were good for. Didn't really have anything else for that one. Let's go up here. The translation thing there, Mew, that is interesting. Or Meow, sorry. I think I keep saying Mew. Yeah, that was probably the least interesting of the village lore stuff. I was hoping it would say something about, like, it being, like, a literal marsh. Because that seems like even worse than the situation by Terrytown, so I don't know how that village existed.
These stone monuments erected along this path detail the history of the Zora in King Dorofan's words. Thus far, only 3 have been made, but once the rest are completed, travelers will be able to learn even more about the Zora.
Nothing interesting there. Okay, let's head to the bridge. Let's go here. Yeah, it's cool that they're adding some extra world building even this... Agreed, yeah. And it's pretty... A lot of the stuff we found, we've written down a lot of really interesting things that it's added so far. Suga has to be left behind. Koga's hesitation when he realizes he has to leave. Alright, you've convinced me. I haven't actually read any of those monuments. I think I did the first time I played the game, but I don't remember any of them. This way. We're so close to the end.
The land of the Zora, known as Zora's Domain, is home to the champion Mipha and the guardians of the Great Spring. We have a long history of cultural exchange with them, dating back even further than 10,000 years ago. This promenade is a testament to that long-standing relationship between the Zora and Hyrule.
Okay. Interesting. Not a lot revealed there, but that's okay.
This depiction of Mipha is truly exquisite, though that is hardly surprising. Zora's Domain is home to talented metalworking artisans after all. It is said that this statue is made not only to honor her elevation as a champion, but also to act as a beacon for her safety, in the hopes that she will return home. She was embarrassed by it, however, and has asked King Dorephan to move it somewhere less prominent once she completes her duty.
Okay. We're probably at like 130 something dash. All that's left is this and the castle.
The beds in the Zora Inn are hard and apparently quite unpopular among travelers. The owner consulted with me about it, saying that since Zora sleep in the water, they aren't sure what makes a bed good or bad. I offered a suggestion of creating a bed that's akin to floating in water. That may have been too unrealistic.
Zelda got them to invent water beds. That's amazing.
The stone architecture and metal engravings of the Zora are astonishing. Truly, the village itself is a work of art. The Zora made the buildings, furniture, and even the books out of a water-resistant ore. Technology such as this could be developed only by the Zora.
That's cool. Meow, the way that you interpret a lot of these things, where you'll take like a small bit of information and expand upon that and like imagine what that implies about like how a character was feeling and stuff like that. I love that you do that, because that's what I do when I watch like my favorite TV shows, and it's something that I wish my fiance would do, because it's like I'll show her a TV show and I'm like, this moment is so important because of these reasons, and like just imagine from his perspective what he's going through and stuff, and it gets me all emotional, but for her she's like, okay, cool. But that's exactly how I am with TV shows.
King Dorephan rules over the Zora and is father to Mipha. He's known for his incredible strength. In fact, he fights with his fins rather than wielding a weapon. One of the guards here even told me excitedly about an army of monsters who were eradicated with a single blow from the king.
So by fights with his fins, you mean he just punches the shit out of his enemies because he's jacked. That's great. He is now officially jacked in the lore. That's awesome. Clan, when you say same, do you mean same as me or same as lady? Let's just go there, yeah? Maybe I should do a little wind bomby wommy? I think that bomb is dropped too late. Nope, we're good. Great accuracy, too. Big whale man. Can you use them like boomerangs? No. Not as cool as Majora's Mask, Link, and Zora form. I imagine it would hurt for them to launch their fins like that. Yeah, he did a fists only playthrough, exactly.
Divine Beast Varuta is named after
Thanks
the
for coming,
Zora
Glow.
sage.
Have a good
I
one.
wonder if it was submerged in water by the King of Hyrule when the reservoir was made. In any case, I have heard that its trunk, capable of releasing vast amounts of water, lowered when Mipha approached. A clear invitation for her, almost as though it was an old friend.
That's some pretty cool Mipha lore. I also like that that does confirm that the Divine Beast was named after the sage from Ocarina of Time. Pretty neat. Go watch it. That's from like a year ago, Dash. I appreciate the plug, but like, that's old news, brother. But that is probably the best video I've ever made. I love that one. Right. Where am I? Up. If only I had a send. Wait, I have Rowali's Gale. Crisis averted. Please? That'll do. That'll do nicely. Goated video. Maybe no viewers haven't seen it. True, true. It is a good video. It's very fun. Sup, dweeb? How's that taste, dummy? Alright, see ya. It was just a prank. Don't be mad. You legally can't be upset. I was just pranking you. I said it was just a prank, so you can't get mad at that. Calm down. Jeez. Okay, okay, okay. He's gonna snipe me while I'm standing here. Let's open that up for safety.
The Zora used Shatterback Point as an area to demonstrate their courage. I understand this was once a crowded and lively place. Many young people came to test their mettle. But ever since a Lionel took residence in the mountain, no one dares go near. No one except Sidon, I fear. Mipha expressly told him not to go, but he got a look in his eye when she did.
Interesting. So, Sidon went to go 1v1 the Lionel, and obviously he's alive, so, like, I guess it didn't go too poorly. That's awesome. Alright, time for castle stuff. Let's head into Castle Town and get these surrounding ones first. Which do you think is better, the champion abilities or the sage abilities? For me, definitely champion abilities. Let's just go from here, I suppose. Oh, was that an Age of Calamity reference? That's what happened with Baby Sidon and AOC. That's right. So true. I forgot about that. Barely use the sages. Same. I don't use any of them. It's become Mipha's Memorial Mountain. Yeah, I do really like what they did with that area in TOTK. Only for free bullet time. I like the Sidon bubble because it's funny that Sidon's power is to make you wet. I hate the Sidon bubble because I don't like that it's just a worse version of Daruk's protection. Oh, that's true. They are kind of canonizing Age of Calamity. Interesting. Hold on, then we need to write that one down, because that's definitely worthy of a mention in a video. That's very interesting. Shatterback Point. Phone. There we go. Shatterback Point. Also, that video you sent me is very interesting, Dash. I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. Okay. Love everything Hyrule Castle, so I hope there's good stuff there. Yeah, I have to imagine these have to be good, right? Yunobo's underrated. He's a giant flaming instant bowling ball. I do think Yunobo's. He's one of the few I actually enjoy in TOTK for the ability. Sidon already made a lot of people wet. Guys, don't do this. But yeah, I agree. I think for sage abilities, yeah, Hyrule Castle's all that's left. I think for sage abilities, for me, it's like, probably Tulin's the best, then Yunobo, then Riju, then Minoru than Sidon, I guess. I don't really like Minoru's construct because it's just so weak. Please, please find it. Okay.
It is said that Hyrule Forest Park began with a single tree planted by the first king and queen of Hyrule. Since then, a tree has been planted each time the throne is succeeded, and now they make up this thriving woodland.
That's pretty cool. Pretty neat little fun fact. We need to find... Do you guys remember, are there any other memories we've seen today that also help to make Age of Calamity stuff canon? Anyone remember that? I feel like I remember you guys pointing it out a couple other times, but I don't remember what they were for. Why are you doing this, Brody? Count the trees? Oh. Many. Like, just looking at the map a lot. I'm gonna say a lot. But yeah, don't spam the banana thing. Yeah, anyone remember if there's any other Age of Calamity references that stand out to you in the voice memories? Is that what you look like? You learn something new every day. This is indeed what I look like. And you know what? That's a decent way to... Someone will make a video of it, yeah. That's a decent way to say that, I guess. I've brought this up on stream before, but that just always reminds me of one time I posted a short with my face in it, and this comment will stick with me forever, where this dude was like, I never expected you to look like that, your voice betrays you, you sound so much skinnier. And that just... I'll never forget it. A lot of the stuff by the castle will be noteworthy, agreed. Stream's been so fun, I'm glad I tuned in. Me too, I'm glad you guys were here, this has been a lot of fun. And I'm excited to get into the TOTK stuff tomorrow. I feel like TOTK is going to have a lot more crazy stuff. A lot more crazy voice memories. Didn't someone say you sound short? No, it was the skinny thing.
Beyond the moat bridge lies a prison where those who have committed grave crimes are sent. Ever since I was small, I have been forbidden to cross here.
Yeah, okay. A prison, where the Castletown prison is, that makes sense. That tracks, okay, rude. Just never imagine what you look like. Yeah, no, that's fair. You're safe. You sound skinny, you insane. I know, right? Isn't that crazy? Oh, it's so messed up. Yeah, that one was kind of lame. Nothing there. Get me out of here. Okay. Hey, Rivali's Gale is now ready, in case you guys were wondering. People go to prison into prison, I know. Shocking revelations to be had there. Let's hope this one smack dab in the center of Castletown is good. It better be. Oh, so that's what happens when you drive into Malice. Excellent. That's unfortunate. I learned what you looked like early on, but you look how you sound. Thanks, man. We'll try to tune in for tomorrow, but I might be out during then. No, Meow, you have to be there. You provide very useful context. God, how stressful Guardians are. Dude, I know. Every time. Just makes it such a hassle.
This is the center of Castle Town, otherwise known as
That
Central
sounded
Square.
weird.
The fountain area is crowded with people and vendors. It's always so lively. The mood and sense here sometimes cause a wave of nostalgia in me, reminding me of the flower crown Mother bought me here when I was little.
Okay. Her mom bought her a flower crown. I'll also be there tomorrow. Good. Only here because Nintendo sent a new Switch instead of a new one after my repair order. Oh. New Switch instead of a new one after... Like a new Switch 1? For a repair order on your Switch 2? Or I'm confused. Gloom Hands are not better than Guardians. You were wrong on that. Guardians are way more fun. They're just more stressful for stuff like this. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Yeah, did you have one of those stapled switches? Alright, Zelda, hand me the money. Nintendo sent me a new Switch instead of my old one, so now I have to back up. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, it was at one specific GameStop dash, I think. Do you mind? Shit, we're in trouble. Yep. Thank you, Mifa. If you wouldn't mind, if you could just stop blasting me for all of 5 seconds. I wanted that updraft so bad. Alright, you just quiet down there. Quit throwing a tantrum.
Hyrule Cathedral. When I was small, I used to imitate how Mother prayed when she came here. I should have watched her more closely. Or, no. Perhaps instead, I must find my own prayer.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I agree with you there, Alpha. It's gonna take 6.5 hours. Oof. Brutal. Need an IST weapon. Bow of Light would go crazy. Hands are still annoying, but they do give Phantom Ganon more to do. Yeah, true. Yeah, the Phantom Ganon part of it is cool. The hands themselves or whatever. Let's be bold. Nailed it. Okay, kill momentum. Beautiful. Nailed it. That's okay. Rip BLS. Sorry for your loss. Thank you. It's been tough.
I understand that the gates of Hyrule Castle are being built in preparation for the calamity. At the moment, Sheikah researchers and skilled Goron blacksmiths are working together and have gathered within the castle walls. It's clear to me that Father is taking the threat of the calamity seriously.
Interesting. That's cool. Like, neat little lore thing that the Goron helped craft that. It makes a lot of sense. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's just not say we did. I really wish this was my other save for this, because I would have much better equipment to deal with this in an easy manner. It's a wind bomb summer now, so true. Am I just going to be juggled forever? Okay. Should probably stop getting my hopes up. I know, have kind of been disappointing here so far. Okay. It's gotta be, like... Is it up? Ah! It's... Fine, I'll deal with you. Leave me alone. My favorite this is your favorite music in all of Breath of the Wild? I'm just too much of a sucker for Zora's Domain stuff. Here too? Why can't you just leave me alone? They jumping me. No, BLSS was patched. Wind bomb still works though. Please. Oh my god. This is hell. Let's go this way and take you out. I did forget how dangerous this place was in Breath of the Wild. Just parry? That's not my specialty. Not my strong suit, certainly. Rip Daybreaker. Excellent. The second I saw my ruby, I was like, I should throw that. Alas, I can't. And I have no ascend. Okay. I should have just Rivali's Gale. What was I doing? Rivali's Galed. Hey, we have Mifa's Grace back. Good, good. What is my inventory? Dude, this is my first save file from playing the game. It's bunk, I'm telling you. This is from 8 years ago.
Ah, the observation room. Father would often stand here, looking with kind eyes down upon the bustling town below.
Okay.
I recall him saying, one cannot rule a country without knowing its people.
I mean, yeah. Another kind of uninteresting one. Well, he was there the whole time. I've actually never thrown rubies. It's very effective. Actually, I kind of want to get this outlier over here first. Let's go to this one. I like almost every Breath of the Wild song. Nice. I'd be devastated if they patched Wind Bomb. How you feel about that is how I feel about BLSS. I do love me a good Wind Bomb, but BLSS is my goat. It was devastating for me. Is this near where you see Zelda at the beginning of TOTK? Don't you love cast music? I do love cast music. Okay. Here-ish? Where? 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 It's gotta be underneath, right? It's gotta be underneath me. Alright. Saying that the memory about him is sweet takes it away. That's messed up. This part is Skyrule Castle. So true. Pee-wee, don't spam. Also, I'm sorry, I gotta say it. Nobody cares. I'm sorry. You've just been doing a lot of Pee-wee stuff, and I get it. You like Pee-wee. That's wonderful. Great for you. You did, Big Beans. You did. Gatehouse? Please just give me the memory and let me out. Thank you.
The purpose of a gatehouse such as this is to allow enemy soldiers in, only to seal the entrance shut, cutting them off from their forces before wiping them out entirely.
Wow.
Over its long history, the first gatehouse has never been breached.
Pretty sweet. Also messed up that the monsters use that against Link. Use its design against Link. Hovering and ready to time out. Excellent. Okay, this one has to be beneath me as well, right? Do you mind? Sir. Do you... Okay. Alright. Simmer down. Can I get in through here? Good. I feel like you're supposed to be able to get in through here. But it's not the Cryonis one. You played Relics? I'm not trying to fight right now, Dash. I'm just trying to find memories. Okay, that's got to be underneath. Oh, this is going to be brutal to find all these. It's more an exit. Okay, love the TOTK clips. Nice, thanks, Seb. We'll be doing a TOTK stream tomorrow looking for those voice memories. Not fast enough? Oh, but it activated, I think? That's really rough. Okay. Okay, alright. Alright. I know how to parry, I'm just bad at it. Guys, please. Yeah, that one's gonna fire first. Okay. Oh god. Just... No relief. Silksong fans are coping. I know, dude. It's always like this with them. There we go. I'm not trying to fight them, Meow. Get off my back.
Among
God.
the many overlooks, this is my favorite. I remember spending time with Mother here. Back then, Father still laughed. Frequently. I wonder if the day will come when we can laugh together like that again.
No. Listen. This isn't bad Guardian fighting gameplay. This is me trying to rush through and get memories, and in the process, I'm putting myself in the center of like 4 different Guardians who are all shooting at me at the same time. And I'm not trying to kill them, I'm just trying to leave. I swear to God, you guys are the worst. This always drove me crazy when I used to stream Breath of the Wild. People in chat would be like, oh my god, you can't parry 83 Guardians at the same time, you're so bad at the game. When in reality, they can't even, like, hold forward and sprint and jump at the same time. And see, it's just so tedious. It takes multiple parries. Like, it's just not... It just ain't it right now. But I'll sit here and I'll parry it, since you guys are a bunch of whiners. There we go, okay, you happy? I killed a guardian. Yeah, I'm choosing peace, exactly. Now let's go into her study. This better be a good memory, because so far these are bumming me out.
This place was originally used as a watchtower, but I've repurposed it into my own study. It's perfect for conducting my studies away from Father's prying eyes. At the moment, I'm learning about ancient relics, as well as the preservation of endangered species.
Right? I remember studying my study. I guess the endangered species part is interesting. Otherwise, whatever.
Despite the lovely bed prepared for me here in my room, I cannot remember the last time I was able to sleep the night through. I suppose it's to be expected. If what was prophesied holds true, there is little time left.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of these ones aren't really revealing anything cool. I mean, I guess it's fine. It is still, like, cool getting Zelda's perspective on a lot of things, and, like... But it's really just reinforcing the whole, like, everything that we saw in the Breath of the Wild memories. It's not really telling us anything new. It's all just, she's stressed about the calamity, she's stressed about not getting her powers, Daddy Rome isn't being nice to her, like... Just nothing feels fresh with these ones. Which I guess makes sense. Like, a lot, it's from her perspective, you know, it's fine. We got a lot of cool ones that revealed a lot of neat info. So it's not a big deal. Based on scuffs from dropping it. Almost learn more from AOC,
If the
right?
sturdy iron bars are any indication, those who are brought to the lockup must have committed weighty crimes. I don't believe it's been in
Daddy
use for a
Rome.
very long time, so the guards who would normally stand post here have instead been sent to watch over the castle.
Okay. They don't use the lockup anymore, got it. That's very true, Midnight. I still can't believe you're a Daddy Rome hater. How could anybody hate on him? He's literally Daddy. Hi. Fancy meeting you here, friend. I'm gonna just pop around the corner. Yep. Wow, you have a lot of help. We can jam to the music, so true. Gotta find an entrance inside at some point, yeah. But the reason I'm heading up here is because I think these two are probably gonna be, like, in the boss room. Or near it. Although, no, because it'll still trigger the boss fight if I go in there, right? So maybe one's above, one's... they've both gotta be above. I don't know. Sup, swag? I know, so epic and crazy, right? A lot of crazy lore things happening with these voice memories, swag. Probably a lot of stuff that would be good to talk about in your videos. There's one in the boss room and I don't know how to get... Okay, you have been doing it, nice. Let's find out together. As a team. Alright, see you, Rez. Interesting games were a new Resident Evil and 2 cute co-op games, okay. A new Deadpool VR game, eh. Hashtag not my daddy. Okay, so, yeah, probably above boss room, because going in there will trigger the fight. And we don't want to... Right? Doesn't going in here trigger the final fight? Can I walk around the outskirts of the room? Is any of it safe? Made it so easy to get the game cards back onto my Switch. True, true. Hold on. It does. Flying through one of... Okay, yeah, we do need to go up then. Alright. Deal. Dude, I love the DLC lowering the cooldowns on champion abilities. I love how often I can Mipha's Grace and Rivali's Gale now. It's beautiful. Truly a thing of glory. Okay, let's... Like one of these windows? I'm scared now. Hold on, let's get higher. Let's go to the top first. UI still switch 1, is it? Bogus, brother. Bogus. When I'm above the room, it yells at me to go down, but when I trigger the boss, it says to go up. Interesting, okay. I forgot you can use the voice navigation. I haven't tried that yet. Alright, see you, Big Beans. Probably one here, right? Sounds good, clan. Okay, nothing here? Here? Where is this? I should probably zoom in. Maybe I should use the voice navigation. Could it be about... Probably not. Another 15 more times. Meow, I swear to God. I remember when you weren't sassy earlier, those were the days.
Guidance activating. Proceed southeast and upward.
Okay, that one's up. Alright. Put the Royal Guard cap? No, I don't want it. It's cringe. People glaze it way too much.
Proceed southeast and upward.
Relax. What about the other one? I'll check the other one.
Proceed upward.
Okay, it is at the top. Finally, I'm not the one getting on KP's nerves. It was going so great, Space, until we started fighting Guardians, and then suddenly everyone here is a parry god, an expert at fighting Guardians. I forgot there was a higher part of this.
Days begin and end with the toll of this bell. Typically, it is heard throughout the castle and the town below. In the event of an emergency, however, its tone rings loud and clear all through Hyrule.
Very loud bell. Got it. So far, none of these have been interesting.
Guidance activating.
At least for my purposes.
Proceed north and downward.
I will proceed north and downward. Thank you for the guidance.
Rivali's Gale is now ready.
You don't want to guide me again? Okay. Glad to hear it, Pee-wee. Thank you for the sub.
Proceed northwest and downward.
Still down. It's got to be
Proceed
like throne
west
room,
and
right?
downward.
Hey, you gotta chill.
Proceed downward.
Please.
Proceed south and
Shouldn't
downward.
have been possible. I wasn't fighting them, Meow. I swear to God. I swear to God. You know what? I'm glad you're not coming
Proceed
tomorrow.
a short distance south.
A short distance south. It's definitely the throne. Okay, let's get in through this window.
Proceed south and downward.
Swag, I think the key is to come in through here and to just get to the throne.
In this vicinity.
Yeah, here it is, Swag. Found it.
The throne room sits at the center of the castle and is the site of many official events. Father would take the throne to the left, and Mother, the one on the right. Her throne remains unchanged and untouched since her passing.
Okay. Interesting. Now, I imagine we probably need to get inside. For stream, and I'm already getting on your nerves. Yeah, you were cool. Like, what changed? Why do you feel the need to assault me? To hurt my feelings? Why can't you treat me like you treat Voice Memories about Zelda's mom? This is hell. Hers survived because that's where Zelda would go. Whoa! So true, I guess. Thank you. I know, I'm missing Ascend so bad right now. Alright, these probably are all inside, right? Let's head inside. It's now the Prime Energy. Yeah, the Prime Energy drinks by Logan Paul. Because you ain't Zelda's mom? I could be. You don't know. You don't know me. I don't want to enter through the... Let's enter through the dock, I guess. That's my usual entrance. Oh, Ascend is dumb and I wanted to... Yeah, Ascend is great. It's a nice little quality of life tool. They're dumb. What I do hate is all the people being like, I don't care that the climbing got nerfed into the dirt because we have Ascend and Zonai constructs, and it's like, first of all, how dare you? Climbing and Zonai constructs are amazing. Marry your fave daddy ever, become the queen, and then we'll see. Wow, 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 wow. Just betting on Silksong news. I'm sorry, Space. What is Silksong? The sequel to Hollow Knight. Oh, that's where the shrine is. I could have just TP'd there. Cool.
I've heard the docks were originally built as an escape route for emergencies. Now, instead, it serves as a bustling hub for merchants and fishers. I've not seen that large brazier lit before. I wonder if there is a reason for it.
That one's cool. I like the bustling hub for merchants thing. This one was Busy Days. Okay. 3 more. We're so close. You should play Hollow Knight. It's fun. We should not nerf things to make other things better. Exactly. The trap that the majority of online multiplayer game devs fall into. Yeah, there's gotta be one in here, right? It's gotta be here. Yeah.
Books from all around Hyrule live here in this library. As such, it is a critical place for conducting research, but Father has forbidden entry. Guards are on constant watch just outside the entrance. So, for now, it's best to enter using the hidden passage from the docks.
Okay, that definitely makes me like King Rome less. He's opposed to books. He doesn't want people learning like, from outside influence. That seems very controlling. I'm not a fan of that. I need to go this way. Really wanted to protect his diary. Please, please. He hates knowledge. Exactly. Yeah, he doesn't want Zelda to have any outside influence. Pretty fricked up, if you ask me, friendo. Pretty heckin' fricked. I don't know. I'll get there. Am I going the wrong way? I don't know where it wants me to go here. I'm trying to relate the map. Hold on. Let's just orient it properly. Okay. So we want to... I think it might be down here. It might be down here. King Rome is illiterate. How? Can't read canon. My first time seeing a live. Yeah, yes, welcome, Perfect Rapper. Great name. I'm glad you could join us. Right, so I need to get up and out of here. What happened? Dash is a monster. The only big takeaway we found since you've been gone, clan, is that King Rome forbade access to the library. It seems like to Zelda and everybody else, potentially. Because he hates books, because he's controlling and crazy. Let's support the burning of the Library of Alexandria. So true, dude. So true. Also, my first live. Nice. Ow, rude. He has a diary? Yeah, he can write. He just can't read.
The dining hall is occasionally used for grand banquets. I cannot say I enjoy the looks other attendees give me. They are always ones of expectation and disappointment. But whenever I feel such pressure, I fix my eyes on the knight who stands at the entrance to the hall. His unchanging nature is a welcome relief to me.
Okay, so now suddenly she finds Link's presence comforting when usually she's mad because he's achieved his destiny. He's fulfilling his destiny. I don't get her. She's so fickle. Okay, this one seems like it's just that room underneath the gatehouse there, which might have an entrance down there. Does anyone know if that entrance, I wish I could point to it, like right here, does anyone know if that's a real entrance I can use, or do I have to get there from the inside? I don't think she meant Link. Do you think she's just talking about a random guard at the door? There's no way it's just a random card. Not that one. It was a prank. Hold on. Where am I? I fix my eyes on the knight who stands at the... Yeah, there's no way she's just talking about a random knight. It's gotta be Link. Get from inside. Damn it. Dinkelberg. I'm King Potato. I am King Teepoto. We women are mysterious creatures. So true. I don't get men. See how you can reverse cook meals and get the food back with Zelda notes? Really? Everyone here is a Link shipper. Yeah, maybe. Do I need to... Can I pop you like that? Yeah. Clan's a fish liker? Ew! Hey, I can't get through here from this side. That's mad unfortunate. God, let me ascend, please. It's fine this way. Okay. Okay. Nice Thunderblade. Can we get a Zelda note for why there's a Thunderblade there? Yeah, you. Frickin' busted, dude. I think we tried this entrance, didn't we? And it didn't work. Does this entrance work? I don't know. I'm just shipping it. It's fine. We'll figure it out. This is the last one. We'll get there. Okay. We can reach it from here. It's just a long way around. Shit, yeah, we need Rome to restrict library access for the clan. Oh, brother. Can I make it through here? I mean, I probably can if I brute force it, right? Excellent. I reread it. I think she's talking about Link. For some reason, my first thought was that she meant one of the statues, but a statue doesn't have a nature to it. What? She's sitting there eating, feeling all this outside pressure, and she just goes and stares at a statue. She's like, God, what a welcome relief that statue is. Come on, meow. Sorry, since you shit talked to me earlier, I'm going no holds barred, and I'm just gonna... You've brought this on yourself. Read 70 books year to date. Damn. I'm like half proud. 800 megabytes per second. Why is it downloading at 10 megabytes per second? Switch is probably capped at something. Chat is starting to get a bit out of hand. That's just, that's how streams go, dude. Eventually they'd evolve into this. Then look at the end closely. I imagine you're seeing a statue as a symbol. Okay, that's, I guess, a little more understandable. Where am I? Okay, there we are. We need to go this way. Yeah, it's just chat. King Dorephan and King Rome. Because that's kingly, brother. Okay, we've... quit putting it on the right side. Oh, this is actually not where I thought it was. This does not line up the way I thought it did. And now I'm upset because I think way back where we came from is actually right next to where I was supposed to be. Okay. It's fine. Whatever. It's another nice touch of how close Link and Zelda are, but I think that's the only one for all of these 150 that we've listened to today where Zelda actually said nice things about Link. Like in all the other ones, she just talks about how she doesn't want to look at him. Just have big bones and muscles and can take on guardians with their fists, exactly. Oh, okay. This isn't gonna work how I hope. Hold on. Yeah, I think TOTK will have much juicier stuff. It'd be like staring at the sun. So true, Dash. So true. Mifa, I don't need your commentary. Okay. Sorry, it was really uncalled for. I didn't mean it, Mifa. My potato is legally downloading Zelda. I'm downloading off my Switch into the PC for better graphics. Nice. I hate navigating the castle. Dude, me too. Tears of the Kingdom castle is just nice because you don't, like, have to do anything there. And it's just way easier to navigate. This shit's a nightmare. Like, when I first played this game, I went straight to Ganondorf. I didn't even know there were Lionels in the gatehouse. Like, I knew nothing about this castle because I just refused to engage with it. And then one day, years after its release, I did a stream where I explored the castle just so that way I could finally say I know what's in the castle. And then I just, like, never came back. So this is probably my second time actually navigating, like, anything in the castle. Many of those doors are Ultra Hand, yeah. Okay, so I believe we need to get into this room on the left here. Is it this one? Yeah, left, down the stairs, yeah. As a TOTK castle liker. I think the Breath of the Wild castle is more of a threat. Like, it's just more of a thing, and I like that, but otherwise... Yay, we did it! So true, Meow.
We are fortunate that so many aspiring soldiers have come to our aid from many different settlements. The guard's chamber is so crowded now that the sound of clashing swords seems unending. I, too, must contribute as best I can during these times.
Okay. So, overall, Hyrule Castle voice memories were bad. They were all pretty bad. It really felt like most of our good ones came from, like, the western half of the map. I feel like we didn't really come across many interesting stuff in the upper right, or, yeah, I don't know. Interesting. Well, let's double check the memories and see if we actually got all of them. Oh, yeah. Oh, it says 125 discovered. What? Where would the other 50 be? Hold on, or other 25 be? What are we missing? Or was I lied to about there being 150 in Breath of the Wild? Is it only 125? Oh, there's only 125 I was lied to. Interesting. So we got all of them. Cool. Is there a way to sort by, yeah, undiscovered? See if that shows anything? Yeah, so we got them all. Cool. Go team. We did it. Aster was the one that told me 150, so she lied straight to my face. There's only 125. Unreal. Unreal. But we did it. But also, yeah, so it took 3.5 hours to get 125. We've got, like, I mean, roughly 250, so one 3.5 hour stream tomorrow, one 3.5 hour stream the day after that, and we should maybe get all the TOTK ones, except the difference is in TOTK, I don't have many fast travel points. I only have Skyview Towers, so I feel like it's going to take a lot longer to get to memories. We'll see. We're going to have a couple long streams ahead of us, but thanks for coming, guys. That was a lot of fun. Real quick before we end stream, I just want to go over the ones I wrote down that I thought were interesting and just see if there's any other context I should add. So, oh, this is actually going to be, like, hard to find them this way, though. Also, interestingly, the first Zelda memories are the castle ones, so maybe you were supposed to go there first. Interesting. 6 out of 10 overall. Yeah, these were okay. What am I supposed to say? Oh, I'm supposed to tell you guys that I also have a VODs channel on YouTube for Twitch VODs, so you should check it out, even though it's pretty irrelevant to what's happening here today. But I've been playing Hollow Knight, and those VODs are over there, and it's been a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm too lazy to find the names right now and look through them. I'll do this on my own time and suffer through it, but that was fun. Good stream. Thanks for coming, everybody. Are you going to start in the sky tomorrow? Yeah, I'm thinking tomorrow we'll start in the sky, get all the Rauru memories, and then go down to the surface, get all the Zelda memories. Just go top down, and then go into the depths and get the Koga memories. I feel like that seems good. Or do you guys think we should do Rauru, Koga, and then save Zelda for last? Since she has the most. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But we'll be starting that tomorrow, same time. Thanks for coming, everybody. Have a great night. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.